You're tuned in to the Red Zone Blitz.
Here we go.
The home for all things NFL and college football.
Ready?
Fellas,
What's going on?
Yo. What's happening?
you did it, Love Machine. There's a full-on scandal in the NFL.
Way to go.
All right.
Did you will this in like we always do?
Well, maybe Mike Vrabel's a love machine now.
Well, we're going to talk all about Mike Vrabel. Before that, let's hear from got some clips of Mrs. Russini, Dianna Russini. So this is 2021.
Dianna, we want to give you one more chance to address this. It happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Dianna Russini said this.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
Now, this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Diana's husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends on national television.
He looks like a cuck.
And you know what the worst part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for a living, and he said, "Good luck today. Be great."
He's an Eagles fan.
So the
I'm
guy's got
joyous.
a heart of gold, and here
Well,
I am,
then
like,
fuck him.
I'm
There goes that marriage.
Look, we're average together, but
Good.
he makes me above
Fuck him.
average because he married me. So I am so sorry. I need to really stop killing my husband on television. I'm going to be divorced.
That was one. And it wasn't even
Wow, that's so crazy.
it wasn't even the worst one. So Troy Mashir goes, "Hold on, guys, hold on. I'm gonna go through all of them, and then we'll do a little reaction."
more?
Oh, there's lots. My favorite Sean McVay story is that one time two reporters got into a drunken fistfight outside a chain restaurant at then Redskins training camp because McVay was hooking up with both of them and neither knew it. Update. Apparently, it was Britt McHenry and Dianna Russini, according to this blog post from 2015.
Was it outside the Shake Shack?
Hey, I said, wait, guys. Hold on. I'm getting to all the clips.
You know
Because
who
we're-
lets me know my marriage is falling apart? My mom. So that's good.
Oh, does she?
Oh, yeah.
Really? What did she
I'm gonna
say?
walk over here.
What did she say to you?
This is real. Are we doing this right now? Do
Yeah.
you
Oh,
want
yes.
this?
Yes. Please do it.
So I said, hey, thank you so much. Kev told me that you stopped by the house. You did the oh, yeah. He looks good. He looks really good. I go, yeah. I was like, he doesn't seem as stressed this year. She's like, you know what? I'm starting to think he's got a girlfriend. And you know what? Good for him.
What?
He looks good. He's successful. His wife's never around. You love this football thing. That's why he looks good. I don't
She's your
fight
mom.
with her. I went right back. I go, why would you say that to me right now while I'm on a trip?
Right.
That my husband has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And just keeping you on your toes, you know? I don't need to be kept on my toes. I need help.
She likes you to be in the most vulnerable spot.
It's so messed up.
Across the country.
I'm as far as you can be from New
Yes.
Jersey right now.
Right.
There's nothing I can do.
Yes.
And yet she's out here throwing things in my head.
Right.
Now I'm wondering, I'm like, that one girl in his office is really pretty.
Yes.
Shoot,
You're
this
starting
makes
to think
sense.
of who,
Yeah,
right?
so, I'm going to call him later.
Are you? That's so
Naked.
nice of you. Naked. You're going to start repairing it from here, huh?
Just start laying the groundwork.
We're gonna call
He'll be like, hey, show me a picture of the stadium. It's just me.
naked.
He brought me right back. I don't want that. Who wants that? Nobody.
I said I wanted the stadium.
Hold on.
He's in Miami. I haven't even told my husband.
They have a Super Bowl.
No, I did things in Miami. I haven't even told my husband because it's just I had that much fun. It was well, not like that,
South
but like,
Beach does that.
like I knew he would he would judge the kind of partying I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what got into me. I just remember being down there acting like it was my last day on earth.
They have a Super Bowl.
No.
Next tweet. It was the clip, the previous clip where she said that she was if she married someone average, above average, she would post them all the time. Someone replied saying, "You need a boyfriend, LOL." And she said, "I tell my husband that all the time." Also, her display picture on Twitter or X is her and Jerry Jones. I just want that to be on the record. Dianna,
that wouldn't surprise me at all.
How are her
And her husband's an Eagles fan?
Dianna Russini. Thank you. That's exactly what I said. I was like, her husband's an Eagles fan and her profile picture is with Jerry Jones. January 27th, 2026. My husband doesn't text me, says Dianna Russini. It's a problem in our marriage, actually. And then there's more.
I remember thinking like, because I think when men propose, that's their wedding day. Like that's when you guys are all in. It's not really all in for us yet. I think for women, the actual wedding day is the moment. So, I mean, Kev was all down for it. I was the one that was very skeptical. I was like, oh, I don't know. And at the time I was working at ESPN and I remember I was still working. And so the night before my wedding, I'm making calls and I had a phone interview set up with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I remember Jimmy was great. He made like a funny joke like, hey, it's night before your wedding. You sure you want to do this? And I'm thinking like, of all the people in my life that I'm going to talk to the night before my wedding, the one guy my dad wanted me to, or my mom wanted me to marry was Jimmy Garoppolo. And he's calling me. Like, this is a sign. I of course, did not marry Jimmy Garoppolo.
GQ Jimmy.
I'm going to start referring to her as Love Machine Diana.
Oh, here's one more. Here's one more. Hold on. Where is she? Oh, here she is with Mike Vrabel.
Serious conversation I think I've ever had. All right, well, this was the most serious conversation I think I've ever had with you in 10 years.
Well, you started talking about things, and then
no,
I go into
it's
coach
good.
speak.
No, so
I veer off into coach
No,
speak.
it was a little coach speaking, but it's all fair, and I can see, and I think people listening and watching you understand what you're trying to build. So we got to have a little fun. So I figured we'd do 50 seconds for your 50th.
50 seconds for my 50th.
Right? There's no way.
I don't think I'll be able to get through this in
us.
50 seconds.
Words are not our problems ever. In fact, I think we both probably talk a little too much, but we can do it. Start the clock. There's no clock.
No, good.
There's no
I was
clock.
like, I'm looking for the clock.
Just pretend. You probably have one naturally in your head, as a coach. Can I borrow your whistle?
No.
Please?
50 seconds. No, 50 seconds.
For every time a new question.
No one wants to see
that
this
actually
thing.
is kind of nasty. That is nasty. All right, well, this was the most serious conversation.
I think I might have one more in the vault.
Hey, Dianna Russini, thanks for saving the show. I wanted to ask you if the 49ers are the best-looking team in the NFC.
Oh, Eric, if my daughter could find anyone that looked like Jimmy Garoppolo, I would be the happiest mother. Every guy she brings in this house, he can't change a toilet, he can't cook, and he looks like a rat. Jimmy Garoppolo is the best-looking guy in the NFL. She's always like, but Ma, it's Tom Brady. It ain't Tom Brady. It ain't Tom Brady. Give me Jimmy G, Italians all the way.
Holy fucking Jersey Shore right there, man.
This might be the craziest Italian bitch I've ever heard. Holy shit.
Here's another one. Sorry.
And obviously the Bears don't think Mike Vrabel's. He thinks in Miami. I haven't even told my husband because it's just I had that much fun. It was all in.
Oh
for
wait,
us.
sorry. This is the montage.
No, I did things in Miami.
Sorry.
I haven't even told my husband.
I compiled them all into a montage. No, this is the actual montage. Sorry. I apologize to our listeners who are going to call me a domestic terrorist after they listen to this. But here, this will be the final Italian Stallion Russini clip.
She ain't no stallion. This is
No, she is Stallion, Matthew. Do you think this Vrabel's her first rodeo? Oh, she is Stallion. She's a thoroughbred. You guys should be proud of her. Her and Big
proud. She sounds fucking insane.
How
this
did you-
bitch needs to shut the fuck up.
Who are the major Italian personalities in the NFL? Actually, we've heard enough of it. Fucking Russini. Shut up, Russini. We're going back to who are the major Italian personalities in the NFL?
The ones that come to mind, you have Tommy DeVito.
Okay.
You've got maybe Big Dom's probably up there.
Number one.
Yeah, I was gonna say Big Dom.
He's a big personality.
It's Big Dom and her.
Big Dom, Tommy DeVito, her, Tommy DeVito's agent, the guy who's showing up in the suits.
Yeah, but nobody cares about Tommy DeVito that much. It was a good time, but
now this lady's probably number one.
I don't know how she's either going to make so much money off of this, or she will be like, she's got two ways to go about this. She could either go down the path of like remorse and be like, we're trying to fix my marriage and we're so sorry. And oh no, I'm so, disgraceful. Or she'd go the complete other way and she could just be like, yep, that was me. A hoe.
But then she's admitting something's going on because right now they're both saying there was nothing going on. So
wow. Yeah,
I mean, if she all of a sudden says that, then Mike Vrabel's fucked.
This is a bad track record, though, man.
Oh, it is. Oh,
this
absolutely.
is a terrible track record.
This is
a lot of those female reporters do that kind of stuff for promotion. It's true.
The allegations from the Love Machine.
I'm calling her Love Machine Dianna.
We're getting fucking canceled. We're getting Mina Kimes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mina. I wanted you on the podcast.
Jason
Mina.
Brown doesn't want her working anymore. So.
Joy Taylor. I'm sorry. No, it's over. Any single. Hey, we got an interview scheduled tomorrow with a female. Fucking
female KK, shut the fuck up.
No, KK just from the top rope, just absolutely shit on all females in the NFL. No.
Not all, some do.
Oh, well, that's not what she said the first time. Jeez Louise. Okay. We got to steer this guy away from this topic. I feel like we got to reel him away from the... KK, what type of woman you want to meet in Pittsburgh? You're a single man. What type of woman you want to meet? Like, what's your ideal woman?
One that puts on an Italian accent.
Yeah, why not? Why not Love Machine Dianna? Love Machine KK.
You got to go through Mike.
She sounds like a fun toy.
Hey, you got to go through Mike Vrabel though.
Hey, no, it's fine. I think she's for the streets. I think she's for the streets. I think we can get her done.
You think she works on the streets?
No, I think she's for the streets.
For the streets?
She might be working for the streets depending on how this stuff is going.
Yeah.
But I think she's for the streets. I think eligible man KK, we can make it happen. Okay, wait. Would you rather have Joy Taylor or Dianna Russini? Hold on. Let me show you the milk test.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Hold on. Let me show you the calcium goods here before you go all crazy and decide to shit on the woman race. Hold on. Joy Taylor is...
She's Italian, though. She might kick my ass.
But Joy Taylor is, like, exotic looking. Her and KK would be a duo.
That would be a couple.
Look, she's even wearing Detroit Lions blue.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. KK is going to have a little mini KK running around fucking the streets of Pittsburgh. Dianna Russini looks like a wholesome Italian here. She looks like she learned how to make sauce from her mom. And then
that's like her innocent picture.
That is her innocent picture. Yeah. Here's her holding a ball. It's a football.
Just one?
Just one.
Just one ball.
Okay, having watched The Sopranos, Dianna, let me tell you, she's fucked one too many mob bosses in her life growing up. Like, I bet you her high school boyfriend is in jail.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He definitely got caught doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. Hey, he was a great guy. What was the guy saying? Like, what mod? Like, that kind of like.
I'm still wondering who the spy is out of all this.
Oh, it's either Mr. Rossini or it's Mrs. Vrabel.
Yeah.
No one can get into that resort.
Could be the Buffalo Bills.
What if it's AJ Brown?
No, I don't think AJ works that side. No, I think it's.
And then apparently whoever's taking the photos was shopping it to TMZ for 4 figures.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Well, they're seen at a bar in Indiana too.
Yeah.
It could be Big Dom.
Hey, you
kind of know if Big Dom was around. It's not like you can fucking just like hide behind a bush. Hey, you don't fucking see me.
Damn, though, that's like crazy. A lot of like on an actual serious note, though, like that is really unfortunate if she is out there floundering herself, because that doesn't ruin just the credibility for her. It ruins it for so many talented reporters and analysts and people that are working right now in the sport, and not just in football, in any sport that are women, because everybody starts to be like, wow, how'd you fucking get that scoop? And like
initially after all that, I thought it was like a innocent little fling.
Yeah,
like,
great recovery.
You're like
great recovery.
You're just having a good time.
Oh, KK. Oh, the Love Machine has
holding hands.
But then all these clips come out, and you're like, okay, maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, I think it really. I think people would have given her the benefit of the doubt if she hadn't been shitting on her husband for the last fuck.
Yeah,
Eagles,
exactly.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Listen, Eagles fans, I'm not gonna say it, but if there's something with this woman and Michael Irvin, I support it. I support.
Like if she just stumbled out of the White House.
I think
stumbled out of the White House.
I think every Cowboy, former alumni and current player, should be hitting up Dianna Russini in the inbox. We should avenge Jerry. Also, her profile picture is Jerry. I on Twitter. I don't think
fucking just your husband's an Eagles fan and you're fucking. He's with Jerry. So you know how that probably went down, because you know Jerry's got a fucking.
Hey, come on now. Jerry's clean.
That's why he's got an
illegitimate
child.
No,
right?
he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Not on this podcast.
Wait,
he doesn't.
what? Now we're getting.
Wait, you don't know about this?
I don't know about this.
Oh,
inform
fuck
the
yeah.
public. Inform me. I don't know.
Okay, so Jerry Jones.
I'm still dealing with the Mike Tomlin drama.
No, he had like a whole some woman was this girl was suing him, and in 2024 he settled a contract suit that like this girl was claiming that she's 27 at the time, and there was a confidentiality agreement signed in 1998 when she was 2 years old, and Jerry had sued her because she obviously broke that and came out to the public light being like, I'm his daughter. I'm entitled to all this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And then Jones has consistently denied he is the father and has repeatedly refused to take any paternity test. He had an affair with Cynthia Davis Spencer almost 30 years ago. That is the mom. And then Jones sued her for $1.6 million in attorney fees. But yeah, apparently under the settlement that he paid the girl and her mom millions of dollars over 3 decades in exchange for their pledge not to identify Jones as the father or sue him. But then Jones says the settlement was breached when Davis first sued him in Dallas County in 2022, seeking out of the agreement and obviously realizing, hey, I'm getting like a check for $100K or $200K a year when I should be getting $500 million.
Something like that.
But yeah. So yeah, he did that was the thing. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, what goes on the Jones yacht, I will not speak about. Jerry and I, good pals. I don't want to get in his business. He's a good man. I just want to be invited on the yacht one day. All I'm asking. Just want to hang out with Jerry. Speaking of guys who I want to hang out with, Jon Gruden. All right, fellas, we're going to dive into this episode. This is going to be a big game episode here. So Dane Brugler, Athletic, came out with The Beast. How was it, KK?
That was awesome.
Yeah. So The Beast comes out every year. It is a must read if you are looking into the NFL draft, looking into prospects that may be drafted, et cetera, et cetera. What we're going to do over the next we're headed to Pittsburgh, so we do not have a lot of time here before the draft. We're going to drop as much content as we can for you guys. You guys are going to hear from us. You guys are going to hear from guests. You guys are going to hear from all sorts of different people. In that meantime, what we're going to do is each episode that we record, we are going to try to cover a position. Today, we're covering quarterbacks and running backs. Next, we're going to cover wide receivers and tight ends. Now, I initially was just going to dive into the prospects, but then I saw this article also on The Athletic. It's by Zach Kiefer. It takes a look inside Jon Gruden's second stint with the Raiders. And I thought it was going to be bad. I think it's way worse than what I could have possibly imagined. Okay. I'm going to dive into it. Context. Al Davis died in 2011. How great was Al Davis, KK? Explain to me the greatness of Al Davis.
Al Davis was a legend.
Why? Like, what about Al Davis were you like, holy fuck, this guy is
He went at it with the NFL. The NFL just hated him.
Well, why did he go? Like, tell me obviously, tell the backstory a little.
Everything he did. He was like the OG, and then now it's Jerry Jones.
Now it's
right?
Jerry.
He wanted the NFL wanted him to put 2 teams in Hollywood.
In LA?
Build a new stadium.
Okay.
He said no. He only wanted 1 for the Raiders.
What a G. So he died in 2011. And that meant his son, Mark, the guy that looks like a little chipmunk.
With his fucking bowl haircut.
He takes over the Raiders. And essentially from day one, Mark's obsessed with bringing Jon Gruden back. The coach who turned the Raiders into contenders in the late 90s before being traded to Tampa Bay, where he then beat the Raiders.
I remember that.
In the Super Bowl with their own playbook. Mark Davis made 15 cross-country flights to Tampa over 6 years to woo Gruden. He had a favorite hotel, and this is where I get confused. He had a favorite hotel in the city. He also had a favorite laundromat. Why was he... Isn't he a billionaire?
Wait, Mark Davis had a favorite laundromat?
Yeah.
Or Jon Gruden?
No.
Mark Davis?
Mark Davis had one.
If you're staying at a hotel, why wouldn't you just fucking tell your hotel to fucking do your laundry for you?
Maybe it was like a hotel with no laundry service from like back in the day.
No,
where a fucking billionaire is staying. I
He's a
don't fucking
billionaire.
think so, man.
Even
if they did,
maybe
he's
not
a
staying at a
fucking
fancy
billionaire. You
hotel.
fucking tell someone I need shit clean. You fucking go take it. Why the fuck?
Why was he going to a laundromat? And was that a famous word for a massage?
Oh, it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Yeah,
It's gotta be.
This has to be
massage parlor.
It
Fucking.
has to be.
That's like
a-
back to the
speakeasy.
laundromat.
You go and you open one of the. You go to a laundromat that no one fucking goes to.
Yeah.
You open one of the fucking like front facing doors, and instead of the door open, it's the fucking like
The secret
lever
door.
opens
Yeah.
up the back room into a speakeasy.
Yeah, and it's just, hello, Mark. Nice to see you.
That was fucking terrible.
Sorry. I tried to not make it so racist, but it didn't happen.
I think it came out worse.
Oh, it was bad. It's terrible. So he called Gruden in the middle of the night. He called him right before kickoffs. At the time, Gruden was doing TV. One Raiders staffer even caught the two of them in a hotel elevator the night before a game that Gruden was calling on ESPN the next day. So when Gruden finally said yes, because obviously when you're getting fucking pounced on like that, eventually you give in. You say yes. Davis gave him a 10-year, $100 million contract. That was unprecedented at the time for a head coach, and called it the biggest day of his life. This is a big effing deal, he said at a press conference. Okay. Was Mark Davis... I'm going to pause throughout, ask you guys some questions. I want to hear some reasoning here. Was Mark Davis just a desperate fan with a checkbook, or was the Gruden hire understandable at that point when he made it?
He wanted to bring back a legendary coach back to the Raiders, and Jon Gruden.
I just think, because when it was his dad's team, I don't think Mark still doesn't know.
I don't
what the
think he
fuck
knows
he's
a
doing.
lick of
That's
football.
like, so I mean, I
He's
don't think
probably
he knew,
known
so
as
he
Uncle
went
John,
back.
right?
And people, they scream for nostalgia. And I mean, Jon Gruden is a fucking Raider through and through. So you brought, but 10 years, $100 million. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
A lot.
But it just shows
Well, that's where he likes to spend his money. He likes to save at the hotels, and
He likes to go to the laundromat.
Yep.
But he's also trying to live up to his dad's name, right?
Yeah.
Like you were saying his dad was the OG great.
That was the OG.
So he's trying to put all the money he can, all the chips in. He's going all in on this, trying to make a big splash. But I don't know. It was kind of a waste.
I don't
didn't really do anything.
I think it's definitely more desperate fan with a checkbook. Than
Oh,
it is
absolutely.
smart
At
hire.
the time, I didn't hate it. I understood it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was still 10 years, $100 million. That's fucking crazy. But I mean, it's not Mark's money. It's his dad's money.
And I know there's a lot of...
And his dad's dead.
He's probably looking at
that's
that
true.
as Uncle John. I need to bring him back and
Exactly,
revitalize his
exactly.
franchise.
Because he probably grew up with him being
With
a big
him,
part about his
watching,
childhood.
yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you're listening to this right now, and we got a lot of young cats listen, a lot of Gen Z listen to us. We're big on the TikTok and big on the Instagram. If you don't follow us right now, hit us up, Red Zone Blitz Pod, all the socials. If you're a young cat right now, you probably, you know what, you see the Raiders logo. Yeah, that's a cool logo. They play in Las Vegas. Big whoop. That was a brand. Up until very recently, that was a brand that was as synonymous with football as the Cowboys are synonymous with football.
Not even just football, man. Street culture
Yeah.
and everything.
rap culture.
Well,
It
if
was huge.
if you're the opposition, you didn't want to go to the Raiders' home to
Well,
watch
if you're
a
a
game.
fan, you were not going to Oakland. That was a
That's why
stadium
it's
you
called
did
the
not
Black
fucking
Hole.
go to.
Yeah.
So this is what I wanted to get to. I want to pause away from the story a bit and get your guys' take. I need you guys, and me and Matthew, not to age you two, are probably slightly younger. We probably didn't see the 90s era of the Raiders. Now, what was it like? Do you I want you to do your best. Describe to me what was Oakland watching from a distance.
Oakland's still a scary city to go to.
Have you been there?
No.
No, but it's just the kid is no, couldn't catch me there.
Yeah.
No, but what was Oakland hosting Raiders games like? What was it called? The Black Hole?
The Black Hole.
And then what was their fan base called? They were called something. There was a name for them. I can't remember now, but they're crazy people that dressed up all in Raiders face paint and everything like that. They had a name.
There was some Mexican name too.
But you also got to realize
They had.
NWA was because of the Raiders.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Right?
You see a huge pop there. Now,
I was scared to wear my Raiders jacket as a kid.
why was Black Hole? Why were you scared?
You're gonna get jumped, man.
Well, that was the thing.
Jumped.
So obviously NFL and teams didn't have licensing like they do now. You can't find every fucking team. Growing up in the 90s, if you had basketball, every single person either had a Chicago Bulls or fucking Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
No one liked the Charlotte Hornets. You couldn't name a player on the Charlotte Hornets, but
Well,
you had the
it's
starter.
'cause, Larry
you had
Johnson,
the fucking.
that's why.
You had the starter Charlotte Hornets. Football. You had Raiders shit everywhere. But yeah, if you weren't a Raiders fan or you're a casual, you didn't fucking wear it out in public because you're gonna get pressed.
Yeah, it was
By fans and not by fans. And if like fans will come up to you and they'll be like, "Oh, Raider, who's your favorite Raider?" And if you just say, "Oh, you're fucking casual," take that shit off.
Back then, Raiders jacket was more not the Raiders; it was NWA.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. It was more street culture.
Yeah.
And the same thing, if you saw just someone that didn't like the fucking Raiders, they'd press on you and like take that shit off, or they'd fucking jack it from you. Like that was just shit you did not wear out in public, and that was one of them.
What do you think the games were like? Like, what? How would you describe? Like right now, like obviously, like games are all done in like high security domes. You got big, massive. Like, there's a lot of separation from the fans to the field. And everything I've read, everything I've watched on television, and you scouting, you like back when I was trying to scout you to be on this podcast, went through a deep dive on your Facebook. You were close friends with someone that's a massive Raiders fan.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? Like, that fan base feels like being a Raiders fan, like the true I'm talking about like the true diehards. And B, like, what do you think that atmosphere was like when you went down to Oakland, and like what made it so different than all the other stadiums?
Oh, it was a cult, and it was just dangerous. Like, because you get that mob mentality, and especially when it's like Raiders fans mob mentality. Like, if you're an opposing fan, you didn't fucking go there because you were getting jumped.
But that went to pretty much every team back then.
Players didn't want to fucking go.
You didn't go there if you're
your buses had to be escorted. Like, I know now they do the, every team's buses, they're all. But back then, man, people used to
get murdered.
Go on time.
In the parking lots.
Like, fuck, man. It was a bad place. And it's Oakland. It was a Coliseum. Like, it was fucking.
And the thing about their move to Vegas, and I'm you know what, props to them for making it a spectacle and making it a tourist attraction. Can't wait for the Cowboys to play there one year so I can go down and pay overpriced tickets to watch them win. The thing about now versus then is like, you look at, and it might have changed now, but you look at the fan base, and people always compare Cowboys with the 49ers. And the 49ers, listen, a lot of fans, lots of 49ers fans. I've met tons of people out here on the West Coast, up north in Canada. They're fucking insufferable. They're just a bunch of idiots. But they're soft.
Yeah.
Rams fans, they love fighting in the stands, but like they're actually kind of soft. Like when I looked at actual like old clips of what those tailgates in Oakland look like, what those parking lots look like, it looked like you were either a contender on the street or a pretender on the street. And if you were a contender on the street and you knew how to fucking fight, you were a Raiders fan. If you were,
even Raider fans.
Oh, Raiders fans would fight each other, man.
But a lot of them that lived in Oakland, they hated when the team went to LA.
Of course.
And vice versa.
Of course.
LA Raider fans, they hated when the team got moved to Oakland.
Yeah, because then they got to travel to go see the team.
You can even say that now. Like, I've got buddies in Vegas. No locals in Vegas are Raiders fans. None of them. Like, obviously, there's going to be Vegas residents that are, but like all my friends and shit, they fucking hate that the Raiders are in Vegas.
That's why they don't like the team. Culture's changed, right?
They don't like the team.
Yeah,
they don't want them there.
You're going to get young fans now that the Raiders just got there that they're going to be fans, but the old heads that were in Vegas for years,
they're all transplants. They've already got their teams.
They already got
the
fan base.
problem with doing expansion or going into another city, being an NFL team, is NFL is not a new sport. This shit has been going on for decades, generations. People have allegiances with their grandparents and like who they cheered for. Their dad cheered. Like my kid is not cheering for the fucking Eagles. It's just someone been on the spot.
But you even look at LA Rams fans.
But
they're also from St. Louis.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like you look at it and like you can think about, okay, like I'm gonna go and I'm gonna plop a team in which city doesn't have one right now. I don't know what's a city that doesn't have an NFL team.
Salt Lake City.
Okay, I'm gonna plop a team in Salt Lake City, right? Everybody that's in Salt Lake City already, that's residing there, already has an NFL team. That has come down from generations. It's a family thing. It's one thing if there was like, okay, I'm going to plop the Seattle Kraken in Seattle. Cool. People in Seattle probably don't have an allegiance because the sport is so new that they're like, I don't really care too much. But here, this is fun. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure expansion would work. But my theory is like the Vegas thing, it didn't matter which team went to Vegas. It was going to be a hit to the point the Raiders are ahead. It did not fucking matter. They didn't need to move the fucking Raiders. They moved the Raiders because A, nobody wanted to fucking go to Oakland. They didn't want to build a new stadium. They were like, the NFL hated the Davis family from fucking years and years before. That's why they chose the Raiders. The Raiders deserve and will always deserve to be in Oakland.
Absolutely.
They will always be. There's no if, and, or but about it. The team that should have moved to Las Vegas should have been the Chargers. It should have been the Chargers.
Should have.
Yeah,
because
the Chargers should have gone back to San Diego.
Well, that's my cue now. Is like there's no point of having the Chargers in LA.
You don't need two teams in LA.
Yeah,
in
like
my opinion.
the Rams are enough, and even like give St. Louis.
But the
their team
NFL
back.
has always wanted two teams in LA.
Well,
and they finally got it.
They've always wanted it, but I don't.
Well,
know.
at the end of the day, you got to realize the NFL is still a business.
But how much more do you think are they making? Like, are the Chargers this big draw?
No,
I don't
they gotta
think
play.
so.
They gotta play crowd noise at the.
They had
the
to hire
stadium.
the Asian lady to be like,
Yeah.
They had to take fucking what's his face, Al Davis's laundromat lady, or Mark Davis's laundromat lady, and they plucked her into the crowd and like implanted her as like a crowd favorite. Whatever. Well, very good. I like it. I like the takes. I like the takes. Now wait till you hear the next part. So back to Gruden. Gruden gets hired. He comes in with total authority. Almost immediately, people inside the building start seeing red flags. So the scouting staff would spend months evaluating a prospect. You think I've been having dreams about NFL prospects. Like I've been like just day and night. We're studying them all the time to do our episodes. We're like listening to them.
Who are you dreaming of to be a Cowboy?
It wasn't a cowboy. I was dreaming about Jeremiyah Love really screwing up his interview enough that he went down to 12.
And what did the Cowboys?
And then
He's
Jerry
the guy,
Galaxy brained it and took Akeem Mesidor instead of Jeremiyah Love, and then he ran all over us every single year. It was not a very good dream.
Did you start crying?
Yeah, it turned into a nightmare.
Yeah, let's not will that shit in.
Let's
not will that
This
in.
podcast has power. If there is Jeremiyah Love on the board, we take Jeremiyah Love. So the scouts in Las Vegas, or at the time Oakland, would spend months evaluating a prospect. They would do film study, combine, pro days, everything. Gruden would come in and he'd kill the whole thing. And you know how he'd do it? He'd do a thing called kill tapes. So what he would do is he would pick short cut-ups of the player's worst snaps. Think about it. You're a player. Obviously, you play so many fucking snaps throughout the year. You're bound to have one or two bad ones. He would make a cut up, a montage of the worst snaps, and then he'd show them to the room to end the conversation. They could be like, hey, this player's so great. Look at everything, all the greatness he's done. And he'd be like, well, actually, here you go. Here's 30 seconds. Go watch that. One source said you can make Tom Brady look like a bum with his kill tapes. And then there's the veteran obsession. Gruden apparently loved players who were all pros 8 years ago and were on their way out. If a guy had a big name or once had a big game against Gruden, he wanted him. The staff would joke that whenever a washed-up vet hit the transaction wire, Mayock, who was the GM at the time, was about to get a call. Oh, and we'll talk about Mayock here. Gruden's first GM, Reggie McKenzie, was gone within a year. He was replaced by Mike Mayock, a TV analyst who had never worked a day in the NFL front office. One source put it bluntly, when an established coach brings in a first-time GM, it's because he wants to run the building himself and needs someone who won't say no.
Yeah.
Now, my question for you guys is how much does that GM dynamic matter? And is it a red flag when a coach like Gruden did here handpicks his own GM, or does it not matter as much?
Oh no, he handpicked him for that exact reason.
I don't think he did.
Exact fucking reason. This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I'm fucking Jon Gruden. He's going to look at me and be like, that's Jon Gruden. I'm going to listen to what the fuck he has to say. 'Cause I don't know shit. He knows shit. So Jon Gruden, you tell me what to do. I'll fucking do it.
And he did what he wanted to do. He went out and got players he liked because he's old school.
Yeah. If you're somebody who has like scouts in the room and you just put a kill tape out there, just to knock the prospect. You
That's
definitely want
I
the
can
GM
comparing him a
status.
little bit to Mike McCarthy right now because he's a veteran coach.
Oh, jeez.
That's-
Oh, jeez.
I see that as a bad hire because he's going to start bringing guys like Aaron Rodgers that he wants, rather than going a different route and hiring a young coach, the new mentality.
So I'll tell you this. I'll be very nice to Steelers fans because they've been very nice to us in our DMs for the last fucking 3 days. I'm going to be very, very candid with, and we have one on the podcast, by the way. So I'm going to be very candid to all of you guys. You guys are going to suck for a while now. This is not going to get better. This is going to cost Omar Khan his job. And maybe rightfully so for the right reasons. Because this is going to get really, really bad. And you hired Mike McCarthy and we made it a joke. We literally made it. It was a meme. We played it out there. It blew up. People were like, you guys are fucking smoking crack. Why would they hire a fucking... There was a guy who said something along the lines of, what kind of crack y'all be smoking? Because mine just ran out. I opened his profile and the man was smoking crack on his profile. If the crackhead on Instagram in our fucking DMs knows better than to hire Mike McCarthy and the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers, who the fuck are the owners of the Steelers? Was the Rooney family?
Yeah, it's the Rooney's.
Y'all fucking got to be embarrassed of yourselves.
Getting called out by a crackhead.
You're getting called out by a crackhead. A crackhead outsmarted you. Like, fuck Omar Khan. Fucking, it must be Ramadan up in there because you were not eating when you made this decision. So that happened. And then also, you guys are dead last in the NFLPA pools. Or the polls, sorry.
No, they upgraded seats. They upgraded their seats.
The seats. The players hate playing there. I'm like, I've been very nice to you guys, but all of a sudden Steelers fans want to come and write some nasty shit to us? When we give you guys a platform, nobody gives a fuck about you guys.
Hey, whoa.
Nobody cares about the Steelers.
Yeah, at least we make the fucking playoffs.
And do what?
Doesn't matter. At least we get
you
there.
You do the same thing the Cowboys do.
Playoffs?
No,
yeah, you motherfuckers just want to win a game.
We're just trying to win a game.
Yeah, you Cowboys fans are just trying to win one game.
I would say the Steelers were going in the right direction
but hey,
2 years ago.
When was your last fucking playoff win? That's right.
2016,
yeah, you make the playoffs, but do you win?
No.
Hey, at least
do you win?
The Steelers just like to be a 500 team.
Listen, I'm gonna say this very nice, and this goes to all fan bases. This goes to every single fan base that come, and like a bunch of my cousins, relatives, friends, whatever. They love doing this. What do the Cowboys do? You just did. It's very natural. It's very natural. It's very natural to be like.
But when you attack us,
what
do
it's
you
very
expect
natural.
me to do?
Listen, it's very natural. But I'm here to tell you, don't aspire to be the Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
aspire to be better.
Yeah, we shouldn't stoop to your level. Your level
why
is
do we
too
live rent free in everyone's heads? We
Don't-
haven't done shit.
Don't try to be like, what have the Cowboys done? Because trust me, we all know they haven't done shit. 30 years, they have not done a single thing.
Well, we won a playoff game more recently than the fucking Steelers did.
Retired Brady. But the thing is, I get it. Listen, I understand. You all frustrated. We're going to be in Pittsburgh. I can't wait to fucking talk to some Pittsburgh Steelers fans. But if you're going to come,
they're not going to like you.
But if you're going to come in our DMs, I think they would, because I don't know. I'm the guy that kind of told them that this is a fucking disaster. This would be so funny if it happened, and then they went out and did it. They got the problem with the wrong brown guy. Is Omar Khan brown? Because they got a problem with the wrong one. It ain't me. It's Omar Khan they got to have a problem with. It's not this guy just said it how it is. But now, what I will preface the Steelers conversation, I mean, listen, Raiders fans must hate us. We've interrupted their little article so many times. But what I will say is, if you're going to come in our fucking DMs and bitch and complain about how we're too fucking hard on the Steelers, or we're not hard enough on the Steelers, hey, here's one. Go get a quarterback. Go figure out your QB1 room first.
The Cleveland Browns have 5 of them.
Cleveland Browns have it more figured out than the Steelers do. They at least have options to play with. They can be like, oh, I don't want so-and-so. I got Deshaun Watson. I got Shedeur Sanders. I got Dylan Gabriel. I might draft Ty Simpson. Who knows? Oh, figure out your quarterback room. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to zip from the Steelers fans until you can come and tell me who your QB1 is. Tell me who your QB is. It Will Howard?
You wait.
Will Howard, QB1.
I think it's going to be Will Howard.
Fuck, man. That'd be hilarious.
Steelers have 12 draft picks, the most at any team. You wait. They're going to make a splash.
They're
at home.
They're going to draft 5 quarterbacks and hold
fuck
tryouts.
that. No, not the Browns. We're not poverty. They're
You're
gonna make a
getting there.
splash.
You're right there.
You might be there at the end of this season.
Spoken by a Raiders fan.
Hey, hold
Come
on.
You're finally going to understand what a losing season feels
I know.
like.
It's not going to be fun.
I've said it before. I think the
be.
Browns are going to be ahead of the Steelers in the standings by the end of the season.
Can we make a bet? Can we make a bet? Is there a bet? Is there a bet to this? I'd love to get in on this. What are we betting?
I don't know. The Browns are going to finish ahead of the Steelers?
Yeah. What's the bet here?
What is the bet?
Oh, okay. So the bet is okay, in honor of Deshaun Watson. If the Steelers are ahead of the Browns, you can pay for his massage. And if the Browns are ahead of the Steelers, you can pay for KK's massage.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll make that bet.
All right.
Do they get a happy ending?
That is a TBD. that is depending
We
on
call up Robert Kraft.
that is dependent on which laundromat
Yeah, I
we'll
was
go
going
to.
to say, does this happen at the laundromat?
It'll depend on which laundromat is available at the time. But hey, there it is. There's the bet.
Oh, the Love Machine laundromat. You could just make your own business.
Oh, is that
You could
that'd be
just run.
that would be
That
nice.
would be fucking. There we go. There's a business idea
Dianna
for you.
Russini as the
No.
front desk lady.
Okay, dude, we could make a.
I got to meet her in Pittsburgh to discuss this now.
Okay, I'm gonna take that
Oh,
away.
yeah.
That is a merch idea. Love Machine Laundromat. It's
Yeah.
just a machine with a bunch of condoms coming out of it. it's like, you know how they have like bubbles coming out of the washing machine? It's just condoms flowing out of the washing machine. It'd be fucking fantastic. Also, my father-in-law might be listening now. Someone shared him the link of my podcast.
Oh, nice.
So if he's listening to this degeneracy, I'll let you know. Hey, shout out to Regina. Shout out Regina. All right, Khalil Mack.
Who is this Rossini?
Yeah, he's like, who the fuck is Rossini? What's a milk test? Why? What's a love machine? Khalil Mack. Okay, so this is probably the part where I'm just like, okay.
And back to our regular program.
Back to where we're belonging. This is where it gets genuinely painful if you're a Raiders fan. Sorry to KK's not a Raiders fan. First of all,
He says he's a Raiders fan and a Lions fan.
No, Raiders.
One or the other. You got to pick one or the other.
No, KK is definitely.
I'm a fan of many teams.
Listen, KK, you can't.
He's a love machine.
It's like that fucking Asian lady, man. Just give me the jersey and I'll go to that fucking game and cheer for that team.
Listen,
I probably would.
He probably would.
Yeah.
KK, listen, you can't be Diana. You have to pick one or the other. It's Vrabel
Why
or the
can't I be
average
Diana and
husband.
have multiple teams?
Don't worry, you don't have to be monogamous with the NFL, KK. Fuck as many bitches as you
It
want.
has to be Vrabel or the average husband.
I like
Lions
how,
or Raiders?
I like how KK, when I said fuck as many bitches as you want, he got perked
Yeah,
up. He's like,
why
yeah, why not? Horny hours on
Lions
the Red Zone
or
Blitz.
Raiders? Lions or Raiders?
It all depends on how the Lions do. If the Lions start shit in the bed, KK
that's
is out
when
of
I'm
that.
back. Yeah.
KK is back to the Raiders. No, KK, the Cowboys will welcome you with open arms. You have all we got a nice seat for you right here. Don't worry. Anytime you want to join. Well, that's the thing. The moment the Cowboys
You can really
have that
reminisce on
success,
the 90s.
you remember that the old boy. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of Cowboys fans. I can't wait. And we're welcoming here. We
Are we?
understand.
I'm not.
Oh no, I'm gonna make sure they hear it.
Fucking call. Like every time we start doing good and you start seeing all the jerseys start coming out, man, I have no like how we were just talking about. People press you. I'll fucking go up that if I see a brand new fucking jersey, like say it was. I remember I was at a club one time and buddy's wearing a fucking Tony Romo jersey, fucking fresh, like fresh. I'm pretty sure he still had the fucking tags on.
I know how this is gonna go.
So I went up to him. So obviously I'm start shooting shit about Cowboys. And he's like, oh yeah, Cowboys fan. I'm this, blah, this. I'm like, really? It's like, besides Tony Romo and Troy Aikman, just name 2 quarterbacks in the history. It's like, really? Like,
or where did Tony Romo go to college?
A lot of fans are like that.
No, but don't start saying, there's casual. Be
casuals.
casual. That's fine. I'm not saying nothing about casual. But don't come in and start being like, oh yeah, man, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. Really? Name a quarterback not named Tony Romo or Troy Aikman. Like,
Ben
There's so
DiNucci.
many. There's so many though.
No, but it's just
like
like
casuals.
the thing is like right
no,
now.
that's fine. You can be casual.
You
Just
could-
say it. Just
But
be
you
like,
can't-
yo, I
you
like the
can't
quarterback.
say
I
that
like
you're
the
just a
team.
fan.
But don't say you're a
Not
fucking
diehard.
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 Like,
Yeah, you
I've
can't
been
say
a
you're
Cowboys
diehard.
fan my whole life.
This is how it goes. When they're bad, and you're wearing a Cowboys jersey in public, which I do all the time. I love wearing.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Cowboys merch all the time. Yeah,
You're wearing it right now.
Yeah, I'm wearing it right. I don't care. But there will be the guys who will be like, "Hey, the fucking Cowgirls, they fucking suck." And then if they're doing good, it's the same people. Let's go, man, America's team. It's the same people every single time that will do that, and it's only to the Cowboys because they are the epitome of
there's fans like that for every team.
No, but not here. We're not in a football market. I'm not like, if you went down to Seattle and you were wearing a 49ers jersey, I get it. They're going to give you flack or whatever. They might give you a box of donuts. They're very nice down in Seattle. But if you're in like a neutral ground where there's no football being played and it's like no team and you're wearing a Cowboys jersey, you're going to get somebody being like, either like, I was in fucking Greece. I was in Greece and people were coming up to me and there were people going, this is before the season started. Or no, this is not before the season started. This is when Caleb Williams and these fuckers imploded and Matt Eberflus embarrassed me on international soil. That's when that was. Actually, now that I remember, all the flashbacks are coming back. But you were in fucking Egypt.
I was in Egypt for that. Yeah.
So I was talking to one of our buddies, and we were talking about how you have to do the last place punishment or whatever for a fantasy football league. And and he's like, I think it was his Egypt trip. He's like, I think he was having his $2 beers and just like absolutely, or 10-cent beers and just fucked off and didn't pay attention to his roster at all. And was like, whatever.
Yeah, that sounds like something I did. Cause yeah, like, dude, what else am I supposed to do? The beers for the fucking tall fucking like 750 milliliter fucking big bottles, bigger than the tall boy cans, were fucking like $1. I had so many of those. And then I'm just chilling on a rooftop. I got my fucking cell phone with the games going on, slamming my beers with the 3 fucking pyramids in the background, man. It was fucking like heaven. And then fantasy football was the last.
And then you had the joy of watching Matt Eberflus' defense get fucking torched.
I'm pretty sure I woke up people more louder than the call to prayer.
Oh, okay. All right. I got to reel this back. We got to finish this article and get into some QBs and running backs. All right. Khalil Mack. This is where it generally gets painful. So defensive coordinator Paul Guenther signed on in 2018 and is told basically choose. You can either re-sign Khalil Mack, the reigning defensive player of the year, or keep 5 serviceable starters. Guenther says he took the job to coach Khalil Mack. So they let the 5 starters walk. Then 10 days before the season opener, Gruden calls Guenther and tells him he just traded Mack to Chicago for 2 first-round picks. Gunther's response was, John, we just let 5 starters walk, and now Khalil's gone. We got nobody left. That same year, mid-season, Gruden traded Amari Cooper to Dallas. So now they've gutted both sides of the ball. The Raiders go 4-12, give up the most points in the league. The idea was to accumulate picks and rebuild, but as we'll see, they couldn't draft either. So I'll keep this one tight because you probably know most of this is Gruden pushed hard for an Antonio Brown trade in 2019. He was convinced he could handle any off-field drama because he'd just outcoach it. Brown showed up to training camp in a helicopter. His feet were frostbitten from a cryotherapy session in Paris. He was fighting the league over his helmet. He missed basically every practice, posted his fines on Instagram, called his GM a slur during a practice argument, and was released before playing a single snap. Mayock himself is quoted saying, "It was a shit show from day one," and a source sums up Gruden's blind spot perfectly. He'd get so blinded by talent that he thought he could coach around any character issue. He could not. So, this gets worse. They traded away their best players. They got all these picks, and now it's time to actually draft, right? That's what you do. They do not draft well. The 2019 draft, 3 first-rounders and a pick inside the top 40. They take Clelin Ferrell, 4th overall, despite, and this is my favorite part, considerable internal pushback. The original plan was to trade back, but then they panicked on the clock. Meanwhile, a 4th-round pick from Eastern Michigan named Max Crosby is outplaying the number 4 overall selection in camp every single day. Crosby, of course, becomes the best player the Raiders have drafted in a decade. Then, the 2020 draft. And guys, this is brutal when you see who's on the board. The Raiders hold the 12th overall pick and need a wide receiver badly. 3 wide receivers are available. Henry Ruggs III, CeeDee Lamb, and Justin Jefferson. Gruden, obsessed with the speed angle, goes full Al Davis and takes Ruggs, the fastest guy at the draft, at 4.27. Lamb and Jefferson were both still on the board when Las Vegas made that call. NFL mocks Lamb goes on to become arguably the best receiver in the NFL. Jefferson goes on to break rookie receiving records and win Offensive Player of the Year. Ruggs is now in a prison. Then with their second first round pick in 19, the Raiders take corner Damon Arnett, who scouts had graded as a third round prospect. He gets cut a year later after a video surfaces of him threatening someone while holding a gun. Third rounder Lynn Bowden Jr. was gone 5 months after the draft. And the article notes that four of the first 5 picks from that class were off the team within 18 months. By 2021, they had 2 separate draft boards, one from the coaches and one from the scouts, because the building had fractured so badly. One source said that he had worked for 6 other coaches and 3 GMs and never heard of that happening anywhere. Now, the end, the final picture. This is where it all comes down. Gruden resigns 5 games into the 2021 season after the New York Times uncovers a series of racist and misogynistic emails he sent to his old Tampa Bay GM, emails from his ESPN years, so pre-Raiders. Interim coach Rich Biasca takes over, wins the last 4 games, and nearly pulls off a playoff upset in Cincinnati. And then Mark Davis fires both Biasca and Mayock. Mayock's quote on that was, "Had they kept Biasca, they'd be chasing a West Division championship as opposed to the first pick in the draft." Since then, 2 more coaching regimes, a GM who's handpicked by Josh McDaniels, another who was essentially picked by Tom Brady, and Brady is now a minority owner calling the shots. They've got the first overall pick in the 2026 draft. There's optimism again. People are happy. Woo, Mendoza, woo! But the franchise has been here before. As one source puts it, the underlying issue is that Mark Davis has never respected the GM position, and until that changes, the cycle probably continues. Now, the final question I have for you guys is the franchise actually turning a corner with Brady and Kubiak, or is this just the next chapter in Mark Davis's story?
I think it's definitely turning the page because, I mean, you've got the number 1 pick, and I've talked numerous times that I like having guys sit. So they brought in Kirk Cousins. So if Mendoza is not ready, you've got an option to not throw him to the wolves. But Brady's calling the shots now.
You think?
Oh, he's slowly picking away,
picking up. Yeah,
but it all depends too. Because I know with him being an analyst, he's only allowed to do so much. So I don't know.
Brady's never hitching himself to a wagon and losing.
They went out and got who's it? Kubiak.
He's a great coach.
They could have gone out and drafted an old coach.
Mike McCarthy? Say it.
Don't say it.
Let's
I didn't want to say it again. But, a coach like him that a hire like that would have set back your team again for a number of years.
Yeah.
So they are turning the corner.
They are, and I think it'll be fun to see. It'll be fun to see what that city looks like if the Steelers are the Steelers are not winning.
I know you got the Steelers on your
mind. I know they were on my mind. If the Raiders are winning, it'd be fun to see if anything changes, because right now, since their move to Las Vegas, they haven't really been winning. So we don't really know. Maybe they do uncover and untap a market in that city, in that region with fans, and they actually do get that support coming back. So who knows? Fellas, let's go into quarterbacks here. All right, so we're gonna go through the beast. I'm gonna go through some quarterbacks that we have. Let's rip through these. Obviously, the first one's Mendoza. His strengths, according to Dane Brugler, throws with a high level anticipation and ball placement, smart pre-snap, stands tough in the face of impending contact. You saw him getting knocked around in that national championship game. He's got enough arm juice to rip every throw he wants. It was shown on the 2025 Iowa tape with that whole shot throw. He's always the most prepared football player. His idol is Tom Brady. He's got an eagle's personality. It's really hard to hate the fucker. The weaknesses. So he benefited from an RPO-heavy offense at Indiana. He had the highest percentage of first read throws. He's rarely required to get to a third and fourth read or backside routes. He's guilty of leaving clean pockets and doesn't like to be stagnant very long. His deep ball is inconsistent, leaves some short, leads others. He's more of a linear athlete. He's not elusive in tight quarters. Brugler's take was, obviously, he's a 1-year starter at Indiana, 3-year starter overall. He thrived in Mike Shanahan's RPO-heavy offense, led the Hoosiers to a perfect 16-0 national championship, greatest season in school history, Heisman, Maxwell Award, Big Ten MVP. He was a 2-star recruit at Cal. Obviously, I think this has been well reported on. His mother was diagnosed with MS when he was in high school. He's created the Mendoza burrito promotion in Berkeley and Bloomington, with 100% of the proceeds going to the MS Society. Now, Brugler's scouting report says that Mendoza rarely was required to get a third or fourth read in Indiana's RPO system. He went 16-0 and won a Heisman in that system. So, do you think that they, when teams are looking at that, does that matter? Does it matter that they ran a specific system that was so heavy RPO that wasn't a pro style system?
Yes and no. But the big thing is rarely required to get to the third or fourth read. He's going to have to learn to go through those progressions, because especially now when you're going up against certain coaches, that if you're up and against the disguise or you're up against some of these all pro corners, all pro safeties, they're going to bait the shit out of you. And if you can't move your eyes, because that's the thing too. If you stare down your first read, they're going to jump that all fucking day long. So he's got to get ready. Even if it's not, he's got to go through his progressions, or he's got to fucking make sure that he's not staring down his receiver, or he's going to get picked off.
But you know what's going to happen probably at day one. Like that's a rookie QB mistake.
Yeah. Your eyes, man. It's your eyes.
They usually are going to look like, so many times you see these rookie QBs in the NFL and they just first read, throw the ball. It gets picked. Run back the other way. Turn the ball over, fumble. They don't pick up the linebacker on the weak side kind of thing. But Mendoza's a smart kid. I mean, you know, he's shown it throughout his career. Having different coordinators at Cal and then having the mindset, you know, to end up learning under Cignetti at Indiana. And, you know, he didn't have like outstanding playmakers to play around, but he made it work.
He didn't make pretty much any mistake in Indiana. So he's going to have to make mistakes and overcome them and learn them.
So I love
to be an NFL quarterback.
And I think he probably will, because in that division, the Raiders division,
and he seems like the kind of guy that's
really hard,
that has the ability to go through that phase and come out of it with like experience and be like, okay, I gotta learn this, where other people just fail.
But one of the other weaknesses that they mentioned, and that I've mentioned before, is he doesn't always identify unblocked pressures and pays the price. This is what I'm saying. When he takes that fucking first shot, when he gets fucking rocked, he needs to pop right the fuck back up. And I know he's a nice guy, but talk some shit.
So that kind of leads to my point. So I'm gonna be in Pittsburgh with all these guys. I would love to hear. I'm gonna be proven wrong about this, and I'm gonna tell you that now. We're recording April 9th. Draft is what, 24th? Yeah, I think so. Whatever, somewhere around that time. I'm gonna be proven wrong.
23rd, I think.
23rd. I'm gonna be proven wrong about this. I'm gonna be incorrect. I know that going into it. You guys can find me in Pittsburgh. I'm happy to chat with you Raiders fans. Raiders should not take Mendoza number 1. I think
too risky from the whole Jamarcus Russell thing, probably.
Well, my thought process is there's so many holes on the Raiders. There's tons of holes on the Raiders still. What does a haul get you right now?
Right. Yeah.
What do you get from even just the Jets? What can you bait the Jets into giving you? Because you put Mendoza on the Jets aren't winning shit either. But now you control their future next year and you control your own. Now, hear me out here. The quarterback position, you want a leader. You want a guy that's a dog. There have been guys that have come out of mid-round picks, and we'll talk about some of them in this episode here, about some mid-round quarterbacks that have come out and they have balled out. Dak Prescott recently. You look at Tom Brady, was a mid-round pick. Brock Purdy, people can say, that was the last pick in the draft and balled out. he's a nice guy. I really, it's really shitty. He's got a shitty situation with his mom. Like, obviously, like with her going, whatever she's going through, that's one side. I just don't think he can command a NFL locker room. I think Indiana was Kurt Cignetti commanding that locker room. I think Kurt Cignetti got those guys to buy in. I think you're going to see a similar result when Josh Hoover comes in. But when I'm saying, like, put the team on my back and drag them into the fight and drag them down and, like, you know what, we're winning this game. Very Tom Brady-esque. I don't know if he's that guy. I think Mahomes that guy. I think to an extent Josh Allen can be that guy if it's not in the playoffs. But
I disagree.
I don't think he can drag him into the fight. I don't think.
But they gave him a whole supporting cast with Linderbaum. You have Genty, Bowers, Kubiak.
No, they've given.
But if the right trade comes along,
no, they've given him. They think
that the QB is the last.
But the last podcast, when the offer was made, what he was saying, I think was Arizona or even the Jets offer.
It was Arizona, and they were.
I would have taken that in a heartbeat.
But no, it's not saying. I'm not saying that they're not going to take him. I think they're going to take him. I think the Raiders fully believe that this is the missing piece, and everything's going to be fine. They're going to take Mendoza.
It's also a big Tom Brady factor there.
And Brady will be
Vegas.
like, this guy is he studies the film, he loves the game. And listen, you could find a nerd that loves football tomorrow. You could go and grab one and be like, and he knows probably the ins and outs of every single play. But my theory is more so like, is that kid who I saw giving his diplomatic answers on television, his other like personality aside, can that guy drive a grown man who's 32 to be like, fuck, you got to block for me? Can he get in the face of a guy in practice and be like, what the fuck are you doing?
But he's got to prove that in training camp.
He's not a game changer, like a game breaker.
I think he's I think he's an excellent game manager.
Yeah.
I think
he's not a game changer.
I don't think he can alter the game. Like, I don't think he can single-handedly take, like, Lamar Jackson can single-handedly, love or hate him, he can single-handedly alter the game.
Yeah.
There are games where you watch Lamar Jackson just take over, and it's just like, oh, okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. Aaron Rodgers. Do you see that dog that you see in Aaron Rodgers? Even Aaron Rodgers today, I fucking shit on the Steelers today earlier and whatever. I have my feelings about Aaron Rodgers. But even today, Aaron Rodgers on the sideline, Aaron Rodgers commands respect. Just from his aura, his personality, his play.
But he's earned that respect.
Exactly. Right? Tom Brady commands respect. Dak Prescott in the huddle, when you hear him up, mic'd up, how don't you want to run through a wall? And your quarterback has to be able to draw that respect out of you in order for you to be successful in this league.
I don't know. I think he started showing that in the national championship game, especially on that first drive, because he got, like I said,
he got killed.
He got killed. And he got up.
He
got up, and then you started seeing that fucking emotion because he got up. When he was that second shot, when he was bleeding, and he got up and he was losing his shit. Like, he started to show that. So I think you can, but he needs to be coached into it. And I think getting Kubiak with that. But I think that's also why they went out and got Kirk Cousins, because maybe they don't think that he can be that guy from day one.
Yeah.
And I would love to his debut. I'd love for the four of us to watch it because I want to see him get absolutely rocked.
That's what I said. I said it. That's how you gain respect. That's how you get guys. Take a shot. Fucking get up.
Take a shot. Don't throw an interception. Don't fumble the ball. I don't care if you. Okay, it would be great if you could make the play and the guy catches it. Great, but take the shot. Get up.
All the tools are there for him to succeed.
Yeah, and I don't think
he's got extreme confidence right now.
And like I said. He's going first overall. He's going to go first overall. My theory is more so like watching him closely, watching other stuff. And it's like people are like, how are you going to nitpick him and this, that, and the other? He's this. I'm like, listen, tons of first overall quarterbacks that haven't figured it out. There's tons of them. There's tons of people that have been drafted first overall that have not figured it out. And I'm not saying he won't ever figure it out. I'm just saying, aside from that national championship game, there was not much adversity that he faced. And
because he had the perfect season.
He had the perfect season on the perfect team with the perfect coach, with a perfect scheme. Things are not perfect. And as we just talked about, Raiders have not gone together in a very long time. So it'll be interesting to see. Moving on, fellas, Ty Simpson. He is 6'1", 211 pounds. They've given him a second-round grade. Quick processor, reads out entire field, repeatable mechanics with quarterback's muscle memory. Athletic enough, defenses must respect his ability to boot or keep. Communicates like a pro at the line. Grew up in a D1 locker room. Work ethic and coachability instilled from birth. His weakness is mediocre height and build. Looks small at times in the pocket. Arm strength is more average than above average. Always finds check down too quickly. Appeared to second guess himself in the second half of 2025. Only one season as a starter. Lack of experience manifests in Reed. So 1 year starter at Alabama. Sat behind Bryce Young and Jalen Milroe for 3 years. His father, Jason, is the head coach at Tennessee Martin. He's got a 129-96 career record. Ty grew up literally living on a D1 practice field. He turned down NIL offers reportedly in the $4 to $6.5 million range from Miami, Ole Miss, and Tennessee to stay in the draft. One thing to note, his receivers dropped 30 passes in 2025. That's the second most out of any Power 4 quarterback. Now, my question is, do we judge QBs by the drops their receivers make? So, because his completion percentage was 64.5. If they make half of those, it takes a huge jump up. So my question is, do we judge quarterbacks by the drops their receivers make? And how much of a quarterback's evaluation is about what's out of their control?
If your receivers are dropping that many, like, part of it could be your receivers, but also part of it is your accuracy, because you're not getting them the ball to the ball placement to where your receivers want it. I mean, if you want to, the funniest thing was the other night in basketball, LeBron James with his fucking kid. LeBron wanted the fucking bounce pass. His kid throws him a fucking lob. LeBron just throws the ball right back at him and fucking gives him the motion. Like, give me the fucking bounce pass. Like, if you're not getting it to where your guy fucking wants,
to be the GOAT.
Yeah,
LeBron is the GOAT.
But
LeBron
if you're
is
trying
the GOAT.
if you're trying to get the ball, like, your receivers want the ball where they want the ball, and if you're not even like,
but it's also the catch radius for the receiver, right?
Well,
like
that too.
I remember when I played football or tried out, if the ball hit your hands, you should have caught it.
Yeah, generally.
So same thing in the NFL, or like in college. The ball hit his receivers and they didn't catch it.
Yeah,
it's not on him.
And I think
and it's not like he's whipping it. It's not like he's like a Jameis Winston that's just firing fucking cannons.
I do think that NFL teams will take that into consideration. I think the Ty Simpson stock is higher than most people think.
Oh, it's
you think so?
His stock hit it shot up. It's been high for a little bit while, like, quietly high.
Quietly, yeah. It's like, I don't know if a team's willing to have the balls to drop a first on them, but it's high. Next question, fellas. Simpson sat behind Bryce Young and Jalen Milroe for 3 years before getting 1 season to prove himself. He's now going to the NFL with less starting experience than almost any other quarterback in this class. Is 1 year starting enough to evaluate a quarterback, or do you think that, or do you think like the circumstance? Like, he's obviously playing in Alabama, SEC, led them to an SEC title, matter more than raw reps? Like, do you think it would have been worthwhile for him to go back?
I don't think he's a starter if he goes back, to be honest.
I don't think so either.
I really don't.
Not in that situation.
I think he's going pro because he got forced out, and I don't think he wanted to go to another school. Plus, it's like a scenario, like, you know you are going to get drafted.
Yeah.
Why not? Because look what happened if he did go back to school for another year. He could end up like what Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah. We'll talk about him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing for me is looking at the weaknesses, man. Like, the passing accuracy is good, but ball placement needs to be better. That explains the drops right there. Always locates the checkdowns too early. Needs to develop a better sense of what is open and what isn't. Appeared to second guess himself over second half of 2025 season. Indecision leads to unnecessary sacks. Like, that's the shit you don't want to see.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because, like, they do the comparable in this. Daniel Jones with lesser physical traits. That's not fucking flattering.
So he's probably a guy that's going to
flattering.
get bounced around for a while.
So that's actually the next question. So he's compared to Daniel Jones with lower physical traits. Jones just got a $160 million extension and then was cut. If Simpson gets to the NFL, shows the same process, limited ceiling, how long does an NFL team live with that.
Well, not very long, and he's probably not going to get the deal that Daniel Jones got.
He's going to bounce around till he finds like a home.
The problem is like, I think he's a little more athletic than people are giving him credit. Like, I don't think Daniel Jones was okay. We watched Daniel Jones try to move. He would look like just not good. I think the game is coming to a point where you can't just sit in the pocket anymore. Like, you're gonna have to move around. Whether that's a lot of moving or not so much moving is dependent, but you're gonna have to move around. How long does an NFL team live with that? It's the fucking owners have the shortest amount of patience ever.
Well, so I mean, like with these quarterbacks, like other than Fernando Mendoza, and apparently, the signing the Kirk Cousins, even he's not a guaranteed day one starter. All these quarterbacks are not day one starters; they're projects. So you're gonna have to decide that this is the guy that you want to spend resources into developing, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be a few year process.
But if you can get Simpson in like the second or third round, like with his physical ability, with the ability to move, run pass option, good footwork, clean accuracy, it's not a bad pick in like the
no for sure.
Round.
For sure.
It's not a bad pick if you have a starting quarterback that's there and you're looking to bring up someone in like,
but he's a guy that's
3 years.
He's a guy that's going to get drafted earlier than he should. Like the other guys that we talk about will probably get drafted where they should get drafted, and then if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, fuck it, whatever. But Ty Simpson, someone's gonna draft him earlier than they should. Probably gonna make a trade up to get him. So you're wasting another asset.
My thing is, I've got a team that I've heard some slight rumors. These are slight. I've got some rumor mills today that are slight rumors. I have heard very, very slight rumors that the Houston Texans are interested in acquiring the services of Ty Simpson. Very, very slight. And that's a team that picks late in the first round, could move up to try to go snag him.
Not a bad pick.
And that could work. Like,
I think it's a bad pick for that team.
Well, I mean, you have CJ
Stroud.
Stroud, but they declined. Like, they accepted his 5th year. So I mean, like,
if you're not going with Stroud, you're getting someone experienced with the team they have right now. They're in win now mode.
They just need a game manager. Yeah. Like, they just need someone that can manage the game. But I feel like if you don't fully believe that Stroud can get you there, this is a decent enough pick, I think. And that's like, your defense is so fucking good. If Stroud doesn't throw the fucking interceptions he throws, like, you're talking a different story right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So they also got to build around Stroud.
They need
part of that late pick need some in the draft.
They got to get Tank Dell back. Tank Dell would be huge. Moving it along, fellas. Let's keep this going. Garrett Nussmeier, QB3 in Dane Brugler's The Beast Guide. One thing to note: LSU run game ranked 124th. In the FBS in 2025. That is huge. And I think, like, you can rate a quarterback, and I might have a favorite. It might come out in a little bias here, but you can talk about a quarterback and be like, okay, like, he did this, he did that, he did the other thing. But if you take away a quarterback's ability to have a run game, and we saw this with the Cowboys when they didn't have a run game briefly, it's like, it shuts down your offense because you're no longer able to deploy a play action. Teams no longer respect your ability to run the ball. So they just, they don't even bother stacking the ball because they're like, fuck it, they're not going to run it. So the coverages you face are not they're not fair, basically, because every team knows you're going to throw it because your running back sucks.
Yeah, you're one-dimensional. We talked about that all season, all near the end of the season. Every team that went up against Indiana, if you don't have a fucking run game, because that's how they won their games. They got you off your run game, turned you into a one-dimensional team. And if all your plays are throws, man, your defensive play calling becomes so much easier.
Yeah, and the strengths on Nussmeier, he's got smooth stroke, ball shoots off his hand, really good throw. If you guys want, go look at him throw the ball. It's very nice. Good feel for all of his reads and how to access them. Quick to identify man zone indicators, delivers with timing through traffic. Some of his weaknesses: he's undersized in stature and build, smaller than ideal hands. He gets a little over ambitious and attempts some tight window throws. Senior year was disappointing. Preseason abdominal injury limited him all year. And then, of course, we talked about run game, ranked 124th in the FBS, 0 ground game support. He's a 2-year starter at LSU in offensive coordinator Joe Sloan's RPO offense. He had first-round buzz after 2024. That's when he should have declared. Senior year was a disappointment. A preseason abdominal injury restricted his movements, and his run game was non-existent. His father, Doug Nussmeier, was a 4th-round pick and played for 5 NFL teams. Garrett grew up moving 12 times during his dad's coaching career. Now, Nussmeier had first-round buzz after 2024. His senior year, he dealt with a preseason abdominal injury, a run game ranked 124th, and offensive line struggles. His draft stock dropped from round 1 to round 3. How much do we blame the player versus the situation? And are there cases where a quarterback stock drops for reasons entirely outside his control, and our NFL team still penalizing him for it? He also had Brian Kelly.
I was gonna say that season for LSU is kind of just, it's kind of like Clemson. It's a fucking write-off.
Yeah.
You know what he can do, but that injury just, an abdominal injury, because everything you do, you're throwing, everything is in your fucking hip, like moving. Like if you can't overcome that fucks up your mechanics. And if your mechanics are fucked up, that's fucked. Like it's like a snowball effect, right?
Yeah,
like
might throw the ball differently.
Exactly.
Depending on how he can twist his hips.
I mean, we have a cramp in our abdomen, or like we have a cramp in our leg, and we like lose our minds. Like having a full on injury, like I don't even imagine. Like that could be pretty bad.
And again, like you said, you don't have a run game. You're one dimensional. If you're one dimensional and you're not throwing with your right mechanics, his confidence was absolutely fucking shot. So there's another thing. If you're not playing with confidence, that shows. And it's just everything. When it rains, it pours.
Yes,
and
sir.
it fucking poured on him this season.
And he's not a very mobile quarterback, which is a negative for his size too. He's not very big.
He's not a very big.
So even though he has a strong arm, it's like he's just gonna sit in the pocket. He's not gonna roll outside. So
I mean, I look at it as like if he went last year, he was what, first round.
That's where
so
he's
his stock
projected.
just went down. A team can take a 3rd or 4th round pick on him.
I think
work in progress.
I think it's the best case scenario
Yeah.
for him, because last year he would have.
Some team might take a risk at him. His stock might go up when he's healthy and ready to go.
Last year, if he was drafted in the first round, he would have likely gone to a bad team.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of good teams that need a quarterback. There's a lot of bad teams that need a quarterback, and he probably would have had to start right away or had some bad snaps or whatever. Now going in round 3, it opens it up where you'll probably go to a team that has a steady quarterback one.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to, you kind of go
develop.
You go into a no pressure situation where you get to develop and like sit behind a quarterback. So it's not the worst thing. His father, Doug Nussmeier, played 5 NFL seasons and went on to coach at 5 different programs as an OC. Garrett grew up watching his dad teach quarterbacks. Does football bloodline translate to NFL success? I know we talk about Arch Manning a lot, but is it a storyline scouts use to feel better about a pick?
I think being the son of a coach, your preparation, because you know how to prepare from day one. And you've been on teams with the coach's son, and they're just different in how they prepare from how you prepare, because you don't know how to prepare. You're trying to learn your thing, and of course, when your coach is there to coach you, but they're coaching their son differently than how they're coaching you, right? Like
coaching at the dinner table, coaching when we're brushing our teeth, coaching when we're.
But it could be the opposite, like you're saying, prepared. But it could be a guy that's like, I've been around football. My dad's been coaching.
No, those kids don't make it, and they don't make it fucking early. I've been around one of those. I've been around one of those in baseball with what fucking coach's kid, and he acted exactly like that. And
there's the kids that burn out. Like there's the kids
burn out.
There's the kids that are like, oh, okay.
Because eventually it gets to the point where you don't make it.
But ain't no kid burn out like after college. Like once you've made it to or near the NFL draft. Like once you've made it to this point in the thing, you're locked in. Like you're ready because it takes so much. Mm-hmm. You can even fuck around your way in high school. You can even do nothing and go to like some like no name school in the middle of nowhere, get a scholarship. You can even do that. Like you can get out of high school. But when it comes to like big program, when it comes to going to the draft, when it comes to battling through injury, eating right all the time, making sure your body's kept like taken care of, making sure your fucking DMs don't leak. With social media, these guys half their fucking battle is making sure the girl they slid in the DMs with won't expose them. And like, there's wild shit like that going on in their brains all the time. So like, they're constantly worried about like keeping their reputation intact. So there's no burnout for him, I think, until like, if he's going to burn out, the kid's going to burn out at like 12, 13, 14. That's about it. And he'll be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But you know what? I don't hate Nussmeier. Like I'm not a huge fan. I'm not overly sold on him. For people like whichever team he does go to, go watch that SEC documentary on Netflix, the first season. He's all over there. Like this was from last year, not this past year. And they covered him, and he was a star of the show. He knows what it's like to be in front of the spotlight. Maybe he's a Cowboy. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows how far he slides? Next one, Drew Alar. Strengths, better than average arm strength. His best throws are vertical attempts. Ball comes off cleanly with drive velocity. He's rare size for a quarterback. We talk about small quarterbacks. He's 6'5" with functional play strength. He set the FBS record for 311 pass attempts to open career without an interception. Some of his weaknesses, he's got inconsistent rhythm between his feet, eyes, and arm. He's got messy footwork that affects his accuracy, season-ending ankle injury, missed most of the pre-draft process. He's overly conservative with the reads, which leads to second guessing. He actually did not play quarterback until high school. He's a 3-year starter at Penn State and offensive coordinator Andy Kotelnicki's RPO offense. He opened his career, like we said, 311 pass attempts without an interception. Finished with 73 career touchdowns, third most in Penn State history. Senior season was underdone by inconsistency and a season-ending ankle injury that kept him from the combine and most of the pro day work. Drew Alar didn't even start playing quarterback, like we said, until high school. He started out at other positions. He then went on and set, the records for most pass attempts without an interception. Does a late start to playing quarterback hurt you permanently at the NFL level because of reps, or does it mean you still have untapped upside because the ceiling isn't fully formed yet?
No, it doesn't hurt you. I like his size, arm strength. He just needs to develop, needs to work on the footwork.
Yeah, I think we're really...
great pick, like in the mid rounds.
Yeah,
I think he's
for any team though.
I think he's a Steeler.
He is.
I think he's a Steeler. I think he's one of the guys.
I'm hoping he goes to Detroit.
Oh.
I just think
he reminds me of a young Matthew Stafford.
I just think all his weaknesses, like you look at inconsistent rhythm between feet, eyes, and arms, messy footwork, inconsistent touch on bucket throws, like all this shit is coachable. And like all the weak, like going down to his weaknesses, all this shit is coachable. So
it's just more reps.
Yeah.
He just hasn't had as many reps at quarterback. But it's also like his ankle injury kind of fucked him up, because if he went to the draft, if he got coached before the draft and all those drills, like we talk about Ty Simpson and his stock going up. If Drew Alar was healthy and he was throwing at pro days and at the combine, we might be looking at him as jumping up the draft boards.
I think he, like you said, coachable. If there's a QB whisperer out there that's a head coach, fellow Yinzer himself, this makes the most sense. And they've met with him multiple times. He's been to their pro day. He's gone in. He's met the system. Like, this is the prototypical, like, if you want a project, and if you are like he claimed, like if Mike McCarthy claims to be a pro, like
I thought Will Howard's a project.
Wow. Well, they might have a couple projects they're working on, and then
don't tell me they're going to Cleveland Browns.
They might have a few projects, but this is a good pick. Like Drew Alar, I think he's played in big time games, meaningful games with Penn State. That's a program that obviously has their history, but not a bad. I mean, I can't hate him.
And then just to go with that, two of his strengths were he was a 2-time captain and he's got a pro level work ethic, and scouts said he's always in the building, always trying to get better, studies with the coaches. So like I said, all his shit is coachable, and clearly he's a guy that wants to be there and learn from the coaches.
And he's got that arm strength. So he can throw that football.
There you go.
Yeah, he has good arm strength.
Beautiful stuff. All right. This one's a fun one. I really like this kid, mainly because I like the school. I'd love to go down to this school's game. Cole Payton, QB5 from North Dakota State. He's ranked in fourth round pick. Not too shabby. He set the North Dakota State University record for total offense game yards and total offense play yards. You know what? Those are some big records. 268.9 yards and 9.71. His strength, strong arm, drives ball without much help from his body. True dual threat. Like he's got 1,918 career rushing yards and 31 rushing touchdowns. He set the school record, like we said, in his first year as a starter. NFL teams initially scouted him as a potential tight end convert. That's how good his athleticism is. His weaknesses, he's underdeveloped pocket awareness, so he holds onto the ball a little too long. He frazzles under pressure, so drops eyes, leads to some sacks. He's got some rigid delivery with elongated release. He waited 4 years behind Cam Miller, so he's very raw as a starter. He's a 1-year starter, backed up Cam Miller for 4 full seasons, turned down FBS offers out of high school, hoping to play early at North Dakota State, but Cam Miller beat him out. After watching Miller for years, Payton set school records in his only starting season. NFL teams actually considered him a tight end entering 2025 because of his size and athleticism, but he played his way into a QB prospect instead. Fellas, he had FBS offers out of high school. He turned them all down to go to North Dakota State. He then waited 4 years behind Miller before getting a shot. 1 year of starting at the FCS level. That's the entire sample size. Can you draft a 4th round quarterback based on 1 year of FCS tape? Or does the fact that NFL teams considered him a tight end conversion say everything you need to know about his tools?
I always have not an issue, but I'm always kind of wary of guys that play in FCS, because even when you dominate, you're playing FCS. You're not playing FBS. Like look at the difference between the group of 5 to the Power 4. Now you're going even lower than the group of 5 into the FCS. I mean, I know what North Dakota State has done, but
oh no, I hear you. Like,
but you know what I mean?
I wish he wasn't at North Dakota State. Like, I wish he was at, like, I'd even take him at fucking North Texas or Tulane or wherever.
Like I said, a group of 5 and see what he can do.
But he's so fun.
But absolutely,
he is so.
But
fun.
he's gonna be a later round pick. So I mean, you're gonna have it's a clear.
There's not a guy I've tried harder to get on the podcast than Cole Payton. I'm trying every day. I'm sending his camp a message. Cole Payton's camp, if you're listening, we love you. Come on the pod.
Did he play tight end before then or no?
No,
he just has
he's a build.
the size, like just like the size and the traits of
6'3", 232 pounds, and he moves like he can go.
Yeah, he can move. Yeah.
If there are teams out there that want a Taysom Hill kind of like player,
that's what I was blanking. I'm like, there's a guy right now?
Yeah,
but yeah, Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill is
utility
his
player.
Pro comparison. Yeah, utility exactly. You just throw him out and wide out and running back, tight end, bounce him around. So he's probably going to get drafted to a team that already has a quarterback that is just looking for a little more, energy and maybe some flex in their offense. So
I don't think he's going to be a starter right away.
No.
But
the thing is like I'm always very cognizant of like these players that are projected this like in that range, because hey, we got Dak. Like we got Dak.
There's gonna be one of these guys that's gonna be like a Pro Bowler QB.
Yeah,
right?
And we got Dak, and like I can't ever.
Dak got drafted in the 3rd.
He was a comp pick. He was a comp pick. He might have been a 4th.
He was 3rd.
I think he might have been
actually
4th. 4th round, 135th overall, 2016. He was initially targeted as a developmental backup to Tony Romo. Tony Romo went down in preseason. We all freaked out. We said the season's done. It's over. We drafted Zeke Elliott for nothing. We're fucking losing our minds. And Dak Prescott went in there and he showed out. So I'm always curious to see like which one of these late round flyer guys turns out to be like, hey, this guy's actually got it. I'm rooting for Cole Payton. I think he's got some tools. But it'll be interesting. Another guy who's actually ranked lower than him, who is got national championship pedigree. He's gone to the big dance. So that's our next guy is Carson Beck, quarterback from Miami. So he's some of his strengths are he's got, he's a 1-year starter at Miami, 3-year starter overall. He won 2 national titles at Georgia behind Stetson Bennett. And then he transferred to Miami for a big NIL deal. He led Miami to the national championship game in 2025. Technically sound passer who processes well but falls apart under pressure. With 14 turnovers and 6 career losses, his career ended with a turnover. Actually, both of them did. He's the only one. His final play at both Georgia and Miami was a turnover. Brugler,
I don't blame him for that last one.
Hey, come on now. Look at him. Look at him. Future Hurricanes fan.
He had to throw that ball and
the Brugler's report indicates obviously the big detail. Carson Beck's got 14 combined turnovers and his 6 career losses. In his wins, listen, he's cerebral, he's efficient. In closer adverse situations, he falls apart. Is that a character issue, you guys think? A lack of clutch, or is that a sample size problem? And how much does a quarterback's record and losses matter in NFL evaluation? I'm going to be hard on the guy, so I'm going to let you
He is just one of those guys that is just polarizing. He can look so fucking good at times, and then there are times where it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I'll ask you the second follow-up question I had anyway, because you basically laid it up for me. Is he a guy who elevates his team, or he only looks great when everything around him is great?
No,
but he only looks good when everything around him.
Exactly.
I lean that more.
Yeah, the NFL scouts say in the article here, not a vocal player on sideline or in the huddle. And that's the thing. It's like live by the sword, die by the sword. If he's throwing a great ball. But that's the thing at Miami. He had weapons.
Yep.
Right? All over the field. I honestly think out of all the QBs, he's the worst. I think this guy's going to be a bust because he really does not throw the best ball. His timing is off.
He's only a pocket passer.
It's just, can't
do much else.
He can't do much else outside the pocket.
Yeah,
I think he makes poor throws.
He's not like, and listen, I would love for him to prove me wrong. Like, I'd love for him to go out and do something. I just don't see it. I just don't see it with him. I don't see anything on the tape. I don't see anything in the stats. I don't see anything in his, like, if he was like this crazy athletic guy who's taking all these big risks, making these throws, and like he got picked off, I'd be like, all right, at least he's fucking doing some crazy shit. He's not. And we'll talk about him. He's not Diego Pavia.
And the turnovers, man. Like, turnovers are huge. Like, that's an issue. Like, that's an issue. If it's an issue there, it's going to be a bigger issue in the NFL.
I would not spend a 5th round pick on him. So anything after a 5th, I'd be like, all right, bet.
I mean, if you're a 6th
watch him go to the Cowboys. Watch Jerry.
I was going to say he's going to go to the Steelers and be their starter by the end of the year.
Fuck no.
Oh, that would be fun. I'd entertain that.
But Steelers make the playoffs and then
if
next
you're,
stage,
if
look
you're
what
a
happened.
6th year senior and you were at Georgia and Miami and you commit turnovers like you do, you would think you would have figured out a way to protect the ball and go through your reads and progressions and make better decisions. You were at Georgia under Kirby Smart.
The problem is you can make your turnovers. You can make those turnovers there, and you can still win. That's how good those teams.
And that's what makes
that's how good
look good.
That's how good those teams are. It's one thing when you're playing on a school like fucking, I don't know, North Dakota State. You make a turnover, you're pretty much cooked. Texas, Arch Manning made a turnover against Ohio State. They're pretty much cooked. Like, you're pretty much fucking done. Like, you're not coming back from that one. The thing about Georgia is you're the quarterback. I could probably go and play a couple snaps, still fucking fuck myself up, and they'd still probably win the game.
Yeah.
They're just that good. Like, there's just that pedigree. And I think, like, the problem is like, the problem with college football, and I think this is where the thing is headed, is you almost need more big-time games. You don't need as many blowouts. Because what happens is Carson Beck looks great when they beat up on FCS or whatever, like fucking Florida South State, like, or Tulane or like whatever. These smaller schools, they beat them up like 60-4, 60-3. And Carson Beck looks fucking
Give him some credit, man. He was in the national championship game.
Because Miami's
Look at the
defense,
defense.
was fucking. You got Michael Irvin whipping fucking people on the fucking
Hey,
sidelines.
he still found a way to help outscore the other team.
Well, I guess so. But my point is just like, yeah, I just think like, you know what? Like he's played on these great teams. They found a way to like cover up his mistakes. NFL teams don't have the luxury of like, hey, go throw 3 interceptions and then we'll find a way to win. It just doesn't happen very often. Let's keep it moving, fellas. We're almost wrapped up with the quarterbacks, and we got to go into the wide receivers. QB7, Taylen Green, Arkansas. 2-year starter at Arkansas, 4-year starter overall. He started at Boise State. Bobby Petrino's spread offense. Green ranked number 3 in the SEC in total yards per game at 290. In 2025, he's been one of the most productive quarterbacks in college football over the last 2 seasons by volume and big plays. But we talked about this just now with Mr. Beck. 37 turnovers over 2 seasons is a real number. And his completion percentage is 60. Once again, Taylen Green, 6'6", one of the best arm-leg combinations in this draft class. He's led the FBS in big plays for 2 straight years. Talked about those 37 combined turnovers. When physical ability and turnover rate pull in opposite directions, which one wins?
If you're a quarterback, turnover
rate. Like,
doesn't matter your size.
For me, like he's a
dumb.
highlight reel, but at the same time, this guy just screams Jameis Winston. He's gonna get you your touchdowns, but those turnovers, man, he's gonna be 1-to-1. But he's gonna get, or not even 1-to-1, like 37 fucking turnovers, 20 interceptions, 17 fumbles.
But okay. He does scream Jameis Winston. But at a 4th or 5th round, or at a 5th round pick,
he's take a flyer on him, but
as a 5th
you can
round,
use him as like a RPO quarterback.
No, but at a 5th round pick,
change.
at a 5th round pick, is he real? Like, is Jameis Winston a bad trade off? I feel like it's a win.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying it's bad. It just you got to know to expect. He's gonna turn the ball over. So yeah, he's gonna give you those highlight reel fucking wow moments, but at the same time, he's gonna give you those fucking.
He already reminds me of an
fucking
Anthony
idiot.
Richardson.
No,
Anthony
see,
Richardson
the problem
run
with
as
that comp is like, yeah, physically you might be able to see some comparisons, and this will go down as like, that's another guy that like we have not talked about as much, is the fall from grace Anthony Richardson has seen. Wow. Where they picked him to like now they're like, here you go, you can explore some trades. No. You don't waste that much fucking capital taking a guy that high and then being like, you know what? All right, I guess you can explore some like figure it out. Go develop him. Go figure out a system that works for him. Get his trade value up, then trade him.
Well, there was also talk on the combine that he was going to possibly change positions.
And become what?
And this guy could do
wide
that.
receiver.
Anthony Richardson?
No.
Taylen
I was
Green,
like,
yeah.
I was like,
Anthony
okay, I think you're
Richardson.
talking about Rich.
I was like,
Anthony
Rich-
Richardson, he's nowhere to be found.
Taylen Green.
With a name like that, obviously.
I mean, if you want to talk about pro comparisons for this guy, the guy that I think of is Terrell Pryor. The guy can, if you can't make the throw, he runs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, he can't make the throw. He runs. He's an incredible athlete. He's got the height, the speed, the size.
He has all the skill set to prove us wrong. Like, he has all the skill set to be like, if he just develops his decision making a little bit better, like, he has all the skill set to be human. Like, I might be drafting this guy in fantasy football in 3 years. I mean, like, wow, look at him.
Oh, yeah, he'd be a
Right?
great fantasy football player.
He would be a fucking like a gadget machine.
Exactly.
Like, he would be insane. However, it's also like he's got to go into that system where he has to once again go into a team, has a designated quarterback. He's just a backup. The Chiefs would do wonders with him.
Yeah.
The Chiefs would be a team where it's like no pressure at all. All you got to do is sit back and watch Mahomes and Andy Reid cook it up, and then you can go in there. I don't hate him, but he's got the turnovers do turn me off a little bit. Now moving forward, guys, another big name school too. Kate Klubnik, 6'2", 207. So 3-year starter at Clemson and OC Garrett Riley's RPO scheme. The top-ranked quarterback recruit 4 years ago. He finished number 3 in Clemson history, and his career passing yards behind only Taj Boyd and Deshaun Watson. Hello, how are you? Started 40 games. His senior year was inconsistent, and that's the version of Klubnik NFL teams will remember most. So, fellas, Klubnik, number 1 QB recruit in his class. He was supposed to be the next great Clemson quarterback. He ends up as a 5th to 6th round backup. What does that tell you about the QB recruiting rankings coming out of high school? Is the gap between a 5-star quarterback recruit and an NFL starter smaller than we think, or is Klubnik just an outlier?
It's hard to say. Like I said earlier, this Clemson season, I mean, they were they had tons of people saying they were going to have a chance at the Natty, that Klubnik was going to win the Heisman. It was just kind of a season like LSU had. It was a fucking write-off, man. Nothing went right for Clemson this year at all.
Yeah, he could have benefited, same thing like Nussmeier. He maybe could have gone to the draft earlier and put himself in a good situation. Now he's looking like he's going to be a backup. It's not great. He had a really off year.
Listen, you guys are being very nice. Let me just cut to this thing here. All right, fellas. Okay, Clade, what's his? Oh, here we go. Cade, congratulations. I see you recently got married. Very, very congratulatory thing that happened to you.
He's just like looking at everybody's like wives or something.
The milk test is milking. Very congratulations. Now, what I'm going to say is, okay. I always tell this to parents. I used to work at a sporting goods store. Parents would come in with their 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. They'd be freaking out that their kid was going to be the next hockey playing sensation. They thought their kid was going to go to the NHL. They thought they were going to do magical things. And I always tell them, I said, wait till girls get involved and then talk to me. Wait till he talks to his first girl in high school, then come back to me. When you're the number 1 recruit coming out of high school as a 17-year-old, you've already done the high school stardom. And most of these guys are coming from small towns. Brandon, you've driven through some of the small towns in Texas. How small they truly are.
Oh yeah.
They're coming from schools that are like maybe or towns that are maybe 2,000, 3,000 people max. Like they're not coming from big cities. And listen, they may be the star of the show. They're the belle of the ball there. And then what happens? They go down to Clemson. You were at TCU. You were at TCU too, Matt. Mm-hmm. What'd you see at TCU?
A lot of ass and titties.
I was going to say talent, but
he's a quarterback, so talent. Obviously we know the hottest girl in school is coming after
right? You know what I mean? So it's like it's easy to
wasn't even SEC.
It's easy to lose the focus when you're coming out and you're going from Texas, from Westlake High School, down at Clemson. It's easy to learn the focus. It's hey, I don't blame him, and that's the difference. You can listen. They can tell me whatever they want about Clemson season, whatever happened, whatever went down, whatever. In his case, he was a number 1 recruit coming out of high school. He literally was thrown in the demons of like, you are the number 1 recruit and you're the starting quarterback for the Clemson Tigers. He thought he was Trevor Lawrence. He thought he was that guy. And what happens? You start partying too much. You start going out too much. You start, next thing you know, girl's got your fucking nudes on her phone. You got to wire her $100K. But your fucking wide receiver is out here fucking like passed out in the middle of a bush. You got to get him out of the bush. Like shit like that happens. You're at Clemson.
So he experienced college.
Exactly. So it's like what people are saying is the gap from number 1 recruit in high school parallel to like, does that automatically mean success in college? No. And you see a lot of times the number 1 recruits coming out of high school, they're almost like you don't even hear about them because you're like, where did they go? What happened? Because they lose focus. And that's where we talk about, like, when we talk about the Mendozas of the world, the man is focused. The man's got a mission, but he was also a 2-star recruit coming out of high school.
Yeah.
There's no eyes on him. There's no lasers on him. Nobody was doing, like, there's nothing around him.
He went to fucking Cal.
You went to Cal, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know. Good luck to Cade Klubnik. Wish you all the best. Good luck being married. Wrapping up here, fellas, I got one last one. Diego Pavia. The man, the myth, the legend. 2-year starter at Vanderbilt in OC Tim Beck's RPO scheme. Grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico, raised by his mother, Antoinette. Lovely lady. Was very viral lady she was. Winding road to the SEC, played at a JUCO, then New Mexico State, then transferred to SEC country. First Heisman Trophy finalist in Vanderbilt history, finished runner-up to Mendoza, set school records across the board. Right now, they're projecting him as a 7th-round pick or a free agent. Fellas, Pavia finished second in Heisman voting. He plays at 5'10". He was the first Heisman finalist in Vanderbilt history. Vanderbilt. Schrager doesn't even have him drafted. Brugler gives him a 7th-round free agency grade. How does a Heisman finalist walk into the NFL draft and fall to that level?
I think because the college game is different than the NFL game.
Why
and
they
if you're 5'10" and you play at Vanderbilt?
Why they hating on my boy?
He can't even throw over the offensive line of a fucking NFL team, man. At 5'10"?
Forget it. He can't even throw. No, I mean, the kid's okay, but he's not NFL caliber.
Listen, Diego.
You know this.
If you're listening to this, hey, give us a shout. Red Zone Blitz Pod, X, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you find us. Give us a shout. If you're in Diego Pavia's camp, we would love to talk to you and Antoinette. We would love to buy you some drinks. I love to introduce you to 2 guys that think that you cannot play football at the NFL level. And I think that if there is a world, you know what? God damn it. If there is a world where we've seen Daniel Jones enter the NFL, we've seen Mac Jones play NFL football, we've seen Kyler Murray play NFL football, Justin Fields play NFL football. I'm going to start
Trey Lance
play NFL football. I'm just going to name and fucking like quarterbacks that played for the Jets. Geno Smith play NFL football. Ben DiNucci play NFL football.
Oh, God.
What are the other names? We have Cooper Rush. Good old Cooper Rush play NFL football. Snoop Huntley play NFL football. I can keep going. We can do this all night, but we've seen this vast variety of people play football.
And were any of them any good?
There's room for Diego Pavia to play some NFL football.
There's room. He'll play.
Give the man an NFL snap. Let's let her rip.
Yeah,
Theo
sure, in the
Vaughn.
preseason.
Hey, shout out Theo Vaughn. Big fan of your show. Hey, love you, buddy. Love Antoinette. Love Diego Pavia. That's it on the quarterbacks, fellas. We'll be back on the other side with the good old running backs. How are you? And then we'll talk about Mr. Jeremiyah Love, home of the love machine.
You're a bigger fan than I am now.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with some Jeremiyah Love on my Dallas Cowboys.
He the man. Walk in the spot, everybody got plans. Yeah. Ladies wanna know if he's single, what's the play? But he just laugh it off like, girl, that's KK. Love machine.
Yes, love machine. All right, we'll be back on the other side of this. Do not change that dial. And we're back. All right. Running backs here, fellas. Running backs here. Let's go right into it. Number 1 running back on the charts, probably the number 1 prospect in this year's draft. Jeremiyah Love. 2-year starter at Notre Dame, helped the Irish average 40-plus points per game for the first time in 113 years. He was born premature, 3 pounds, 9 ounces in St. Louis. His first Pee Wee play was a 70-yard touchdown run. State 100-meter champion in high school. Created autobiographical comic book Jermonstar in 2025. Both parents served in the military and retired from the St. Louis Police Department. All right, fellas. I don't know what else I can really say. He's the number 2 overall prospect. He's the highest ranked running back Dane Brugler has ever placed this early in the beast. Running back is supposedly the most devalued position in the NFL. Does Jeremiyah Love break that rule?
I mean, he's he's got everything. He doesn't really do anything wrong. The only thing wrong is he goes big game hunting at times, trying to go for the home run play, which he usually ends up getting. So is that really a weakness?
3 down back.
He can fucking catch.
Do everything.
The one thing about him I was going to ask you guys, sorry to cut you guys off, is he was never allowed a hurdle in high school or college. Coaches always coach that out of him. Now he's going to go in the NFL, no one's going to stop him. Is that a trivial detail, or does that tell you about how much physical upside is being suppressed by conservative coaching and what you might actually get when he goes to the NFL?
Well, I mean, you've seen what happens when guys do fucking go hurdle. Like you either it's hit and miss, because if you clear the guy, it's a fucking highlight of the night.
You're on Madden,
but you get rocked, man. That ball security and
injuries,
you get hurt, you fall wrong. But I mean, I'm excited to see that. I think everyone's excited to see that.
And I know we'll talk about mock drafts. We'll do our own mock drafts. If he's there at 12 for the Cowboys,
I'd be shocked if he
ain't
surprised if he dropped that far down.
I think if you're any team right now, aside from the Raiders because they got Genty, which I bet they're probably thinking they probably should have waited. But if you're any team right now and picking in that top 15, fuck it. I think if you're any team in the NFL right now, like,
if you need a running back,
this is the guy. Like he is the dude. He's gonna change a franchise fortunes. We talked about fantasy football guys.
Well, you've already seen Kansas City Chiefs signing Walker, Saints taking.
I would not be.
They're prepared,
but
they already know he's not going to be there.
But I don't think.
So I'd be shocked if he
slides. And if I'm Kansas City.
They might take him as anyway.
I signed Walker. Who cares? Let's run two demons. Let's run them both on each side. Let's do it. Listen, all the praise to Jeremiyah Love. I cannot wait to see where he goes. I don't really have much to critique him on. There's not much I can say
there's
about
no kill tape.
No, there's no kill tape. No kill tape on Mr. Jeremiyah Love. I think you got to go out there and he's going to make a franchise very happy. He's going to sell a lot of jerseys. So I'll be excited to see where he goes. RB2, we got Jadarian Price, also from Notre Dame. Notre Dame pumping out two running backs. He's a part-time player at Notre Dame. Love's primary back. He didn't play. He had 0 career starts over 4 years. He would have been RB1 for most FBS programs. First Notre Dame player in history with multiple kick return touchdowns of 100+ yards in the same season. He grew up in Denison, Texas, 1 mile south of the Oklahoma border, birthplace of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. His mother, Jessica, had him at age 17 and was later diagnosed with breast cancer. She battled 16 rounds of chemotherapy and beat it. He dedicated the 2025 season to her. Price is described as having NFL starting caliber talent, but also having ball security issues. He's a second to third round pick. The same team that drafts Love in the top 5 could draft Price in round 2. 2 Notre Dame running backs, 1 feature back, 1 career backup. Does the team that takes both get value, or is that a redundancy that wastes draft capital?
You're wasting draft capital.
Drafting
both
of them?
Yeah,
you're wasting draft capital.
Yeah, that's a waste.
Like, how are you going to take? He barely played at Notre Dame, right? In the running back spot.
But it'd be a waste of talent. It would be a waste of talent.
But let's say
you're going to be a kick returner.
But let's say he's at the third. No, well, I mean, he could be in like the David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs situation. Like you could have 1-1.
But then you're taking Love off the field.
Which you're going to have to do as much as you love your boy Love in order for him to be alive.
He's not playing every snap.
In order for him to like be alive and continue to please you for many years, Love has to get off the field, Love machine.
Right. But would you waste a second round pick on him?
It's a capital, right? Like if he's sitting there in the third, yeah. Like if I
but not in the second.
But if you're the same team, why would you draft both of them, right?
Why not? If you want to run a tandem, fuck it.
If
you want a backup for Love,
it could be something like
why would you not?
Why
would you not want his boy?
Yeah, it makes sense.
But
honestly, like,
that is the thing that 0 career starts, man. Like
none.
If you're Price, like, would you want that again? Like 0 starts?
Yeah, I think he could.
He want to play.
He fell for the program.
He might get. He might know what I mean. Like in the NFL, I think he's trying to say like, would you want to be drafted behind?
Yeah, you want to be the number 1 guy.
I think a team. I think Price. I think Price would have fun times on like Seattle. Seattle would be a fun time for him. Houston could be a fun time for Price. I can see him going. I don't think they're going to go. I don't think that tandem would happen.
He seems like a very explosive running back, though.
Well,
he's kick returning touchdown.
He's described as having plenty of tread on his tires. Obviously, we talked about it. He's averaged fewer than 10 offensive touches per game his entire college career. He's a fresher product than most RBs entering the NFL. Does carry count matter in how you evaluate him, or is that just a narrative scouts use to sell a pick?
No, I think touches matter. But at the same time, he doesn't have the miles on his body.
He's the freshest.
So
he's also got to work on pass catching.
Yeah.
To be more of a...
To be more used in different situations.
Yeah.
But right now, if like you're a team, you could be, the thing is, if I'm high on him right now, which I'm not totally high on him. So I won't go into a scouting room and be like, yeah, you got to draft him because he hasn't played a bunch and he's so fresh and he's going to be like, he's less likely to get injured and there's less tread on his tires. I'm not going to go with that spiel, but there is a case to be like, hey, he hasn't been banged up. He hasn't taken big hits. His body is as fresh as ever. Like when you're pitting him, not against Jeremiyah Love, but when you're pitting him against some of these other second round, third round running backs, there's an argument you can make to be like, hey, he's fresher than that guy.
Yep.
Right. I'll keep it moving here, fellas. We got RB3 Mike Washington Jr. from Arkansas. He's a one-year starter at Arkansas. Stops in Buffalo and New Mexico State. He transferred to Fayetteville with low expectations and played the best ball of his career on a bad team. He posted 6.4 yards per carry. That was top 10 nationally for a losing program. His father, Michael Sr., is a major crimes investigator for the Utica Police Department. Oh, the Utica. Shout out to the Utica Comets AHL team.
Are they still around?
No. I don't think so. Actually, no, they are. They are still around. They just they're represented for a different NHL team. His mother, Patricia, founded the Patty Roy Foundation, a nonprofit helping the homeless. Mike Washington Jr. ran the fastest 40-yard dash of any running back of the 2026 Combine, 4.33 seconds. He's 6'1", 223 pounds. He played for a bad Arkansas team and put up 6.4 yards per carry and barely anyone noticed. Does playing for a losing program cost a player draft stock in a way that's unfair?
Yeah. Because if he's putting up those numbers on a shitty team, think of what he would have done on a good team.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of his stuff was masked under the fact that they weren't winning, and no one was really paying attention.
I think another problem, like it goes back to his high school days when he was getting recruited. COVID really messed with him because he wasn't able to go to all these programs outside of his state, outside of New York.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And then he actually had to settle for Buffalo. So, I mean, not settle, but he didn't get the opportunity to go see the other schools. And
who knows what his
out.
career trajectory would have been if he had gone to a different program and like things had worked out for him that first year where he didn't have to transfer out. No, that's a very good point, because like a lot of people forget like we're still feeling the impacts of COVID, like even today. No, that's solid. Moving on, fellas. My favorite name of the running back committee, Emmett Johnson, Nebraska. Fuck you, Nebraska. 2-year starter at Nebraska, and Dana Holger's how do you say this? Holgerson, thank you. Holgerson's air raid breakout 2025 season as the only FBS player averaging 150 scrimmage yards per game. His parents immigrated separately from war-torn Liberia in the early 1990s. They met in a church choir in the U.S. and got married. Lovely. They later took their children back to visit, and he is the youngest of 3 kids. Listen, Emmett Johnson led the Big Ten in rushing and was the only FBS player, like we said, to average 150 scrimmage yards per game. He did that in a pass-first system where the run game is almost an afterthought. Does system context make his numbers even more impressive? The fact that he was able to get those scrimmage yards in a system where it's like pass-first?
Yep. 100%.
For me, I think like this is a steal.
He's a guy that can run the ball and catch the ball.
He's a steal.
Right? Yeah.
He's a steal. Like, and I think a lot of people are going to look at it like they're going to be like, he's not a power back. He reminds me a lot of like pre-injury Tony Pollard. There's a lot of pop in him. Like you're going to see him. There's a lot of burst. He's not a power back. He had 92 career receptions and averaged 7.6 yards per catch. He is heavier. He's 200 pound. You know what? He's not a 225 one cut power back who can't catch, but you know what? There's some things that like they can mold into him that can make him better. I think if you get him in the right system, like you get him in like a system that can utilize like screen passes or a system that can utilize him like in a way where it's beneficial to not have a power back, he could work. He could work. Yeah. He could work in the 3rd or 4th round. Next one, fellas, Katron Allen, also known as Fat Man from Penn State. He's a 4-year starter, emerged as the team's clear number 1 back in 2025. After sharing carries with Singleton for years, he's nicknamed Fat Man by his mother because he weighed almost 10 pounds at birth. He prefers the nickname over his real name. He led the FBS in 4th quarter yards per carry in 2025. He gets stronger as the game goes on. He grew up in Norfolk, Virginia. So, fellas, like I said, he led the FBS in 4th quarter yards per carry. Is a running back who consistently performs in the 4th quarter more valuable than one with elite athleticism who disappears in big moments?
That's stamina, man. So yeah, fourth quarter.
Today's NFL,
you get going as the game goes on.
Yeah,
so you just get better and better.
But today's NFL, like it's so pass heavy that once you get into the 4th quarter, you want those goal line touchdowns. You want like the LeGarrette Blount, Kareem Hunt.
You need
just
a guy
get me into the end zone.
Yeah, you need a guy who's going to come up for you big in the 4th quarter where everyone's tired. But how do you measure that? Like, how would you, okay, you have this guy, Fat Man, and then you have like, I don't know, let's say we had Emmett Johnson. Who would you guys take? Knowing what you know about him.
I don't know. I'd
probably Emmett Johnson.
Probably. Like Emmett Johnson just, I don't know, but having a Fat Man.
Listen, I love the name.
Like, I think Fat Man is more like situational.
I can just see it now. Fucking just
the Cowboys jersey with Fat Man.
No, just the game day announcers having to call him Fat Man.
Well, they probably won't.
They won't.
No, I don't think they would be allowed to.
He seems more of like a situational running back than Emmett Johnson.
But I think
Emmett
like
Johnson seems more like a guy that can play like a 3-down back.
Yeah,
he can run, catch. He can be a little bit more explosive with the ball.
And if you want to get those tough yards, you could probably just coach it out of your O-line. You can get the big guys up front just pushing the pile.
Well, that's one of his strengths too. Is consistently moves the pile or finishes forward, especially in short yardage. First down, 70 carries resulting in a first down. So I mean, he's pushing the pile.
And you know he's gonna have the energy because
or fucking goal line.
He was playing behind.
Put him on the goal line.
Emmett Johnson's more like an explosive guy.
Put him on the goal line. You need that 1 yard. You're on fucking
Whereas Fat Man's more of like, I'm gonna get the 5 yards, get the first down.
All right, nicknames only. Fat Man versus E Boogie.
What the hell is?
I still like
who
Fat
the hell's
Man.
E
Fat
Boogie?
Man.
Emmett Johnson.
No, that's it. No, Fat Man's better.
Fat Man's living.
Fat Man.
He did. Listen. Emmett Johnson was East West Shrine Bowl's Offensive Player of the Week. Like he is a bit of a dog, I must say, Mr. Emmett Johnson. So not a bad player there. Keeping it going, fellas. Jonah Coleman out of Washington, local to us. Going with his bio. He started 2.5 years for Washington. He transferred from Arizona. One of 9 siblings. His father, Jimon, was wounded in a drive-by shooting when Jonah was young. His father had been pulled into the gang life. Jonah became a Pac-12 running back. 24 of his 25 touchdowns at Washington came in the red zone. That number is not a coincidence. It is skill. Coleman's one of scoring his 24 out of 25 touchdowns in the red zone. Now that's like that. You got to talk about positioning, instinct, physicality at the right moment. In today's NFL, where red zone efficiency decides games, is Coleman the type of back that provides more value than his overall stats suggest?
Yeah, he's a bruising running back, hard to bring down.
Yeah.
The only thing he lacks is top end speed.
No, he's like when you talk about Kareem Hunt, you talk about Blunt.
He's a hard guy to tackle.
He plays strong for his size. He's only 5'8".
He's 5'8", 220.
Yeah.
Like he's so fucking little Tonka truck.
He's at 22
Little
reps on the
beast.
bench.
Yeah, no, his senior year was undermined by a knee sprain. So he got 4 yards per carry over his final 10 games. I mean, listen, he is power.
And he doesn't fumble.
No, he holds on to that ball. So I got high praise for Mr. Coleman. Shout out to the Huskies. Moving on, fellas. Damon Claiborne, Wake Forest. 2-year starter at Wake Forest and Rob Easel's fast tempo spread from Islet, Virginia, a small rural community 25 miles northeast of Richmond. He's got a twin brother named Damien, plus 3 other brothers. Mother Tomeka worked multiple jobs to support her 5 sons. His yards per carry improved every single season of college. Like we talked about, every single year his yards per carry improved. Brugler's concern is his size, 188 pounds. His tendency to bounce plays outside when they should go inside. At 188 pounds, fellas, in the NFL, is there a version of this player that works as a third down specialist or returner, or does the size floor him?
I think the size is a bit of an issue for him at that position.
Hey, he's not going to be a 3-down back.
To be a 3-down back, no. But
he's a little fast electric running back.
Yeah, they say he's like a low calorie Devon A. Chain.
I mean, that's a better comparison than being
That's better than what
Daniel
we
Jones with less physical traits.
Better than what we could have given him.
I look at him kind of like Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah.
Not a guy that's going to get you the big yards, but a guy that can electrify you with a ball.
And good side-to-side lateral movement.
I mean, he's fast though. Like he is like he can turn on the jets. Like he is a fast dude. So there is. I mean, you see Turpin running
in the 2-back system now. It works.
Like you see Turpin having success with the Cowboys in certain roles. He might have to be a gadget player like that, where he's only in certain situations. He's not out there all the time. But you see it happen with Turpin all the time. Moving on, fellas. Nicholas Singleton. We talked about his Penn State cohort. 4-year starter at Penn State. Eventually ceded the lead back role to Allen, but left as one of the best ever to wear the uniform. Passed Saquon Barkley in school records for career rushing touchdowns, 45, and total touchdowns, 55. All-purpose yards, 5,586. Grew up in Shillington, Pennsylvania, 60 miles west of Philadelphia. Squats 570 pounds. Younger brother Sean is a sprinter at Kutztown University. Like we talked about, he broke all those records that Barkley had. If Singleton goes in round 5, are you looking at the records and thinking this guy did more at Penn State than Saquon did? How does that not translate higher to a higher draft pick grade?
His pass protection scares me. Because if you can't protect your quarterback, you're pretty much only going in on running downs.
But I still think there's usage there, though.
There is usage.
So, like, how is the guy that beat all of Saquon's records at Penn State only getting round 5 to 6? Like, I'm just a little weary about how that is happening.
Yeah.
Like he broke them all. Like he broke them all convincingly. So it's like, I don't know. I'm confused as to like, okay.
How long was Saquon at Penn State?
I think maybe got one more year. I think that might one extra year than Saquon.
Because one extra year could be a lot.
Yeah, but worst case they're at par. Like worst case they're at par. Saquon slightly better. But even if he's not okay, even if Saquon Barkley, like you do the math and Saquon Barkley still evens them out. Saquon was a first round pick. This guy's going on the 5th round. Where's that drop coming from?
Well, he is injured.
That's where I was gonna go with it. I'm like, it must be like there. It must be the injury concern.
Broke his foot.
Yeah, it was a big drop off from the previous year in terms of how many rushing yards he had, amount of carries. So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Moving on to the last one for the running backs, fellas. This guy is my favorite. Eli Heidenreich from Navy. This is my favorite sleeping running back. He's a crazy guy.
White boy running back.
He is the dude. Also from Navy. Started for 2.5 years in Navy's modern triple option. Played the snipe Z position. Part running back, part wide receiver, part slot. Set Navy's records for career receiving yards, single season receiving yards. He and Tavon Austin are the only FBS players since 1956 to have 925 receiving yards and 900 rushing yards in the same season. His grandfather was a naval officer in the Korean War. Serving at Navy was a family calling. Like I just said, Eli Hendrick and Tavon Austin are the only two FBS players since 1956 to have those accolades. Tavon Austin was a top 10 pick. Hendrick goes in the round 5 according to projections. Is the production level the same, or does the fact that it came in a triple option Navy offense make it incomparable? And can you even evaluate like Navy players or stats against Power 4 competition?
It's hard.
It is, because the way they play.
I think you could. I mean, what'd you say? Triple option set is what they're
Well,
running?
he played a snipe Z, which is like, there's no real position like that in the NFL. He was a running back, a slot receiver, and a wide receiver all in the same game.
Like he's way better.
So he's got all the
he's
tools.
He's not going to be a wide
successful.
receiver. He's a slot.
Yeah.
But a lot of teams.
But he's got that
use
versatility, right? And you put him in different spots on your offense.
Yeah, I think
He would be a fun little story.
I think he'd be a great pick for the hometown team. He's from Pittsburgh. Grew up Steelers fan.
Bring
There
him
you go.
home.
Now you're talking. Now
Bring
you're
him home.
talking.
Bring him
Hey,
home.
we're always hurting that receiver, right? You can put him out in the slot. We've already got Dowdle. We got Warren.
The thing is, you wouldn't need to use him right away. And the kid is like,
You can put him on special teams.
he's fun to watch. He was in,
Yeah.
he's like, he was, I was watching him in, the East-West Shrine Bowl. Like he was fun. He was fun to watch. So, hey, he's one of the guys, like, as a part of this exercise and part of us doing this, like, we're fortunate enough to, like, we're able to, like, research all these guys now, and, like, we're able to look into them. He's one of the guys that I'm like, all right, I've got my eyes set on that guy. But no, it'd be nice. It'd be a good, feel good story.
Another white boy running back to join C-Mac.
It would be,
I mean, not the same caliber.
Not the same caliber, but
hey, we
just
don't know
saying-
that yet.
You
We
never
don't
know.
Just saying,
You never know.
another white boy running back.
He can run. He can catch.
Let him
He
fucking
can
loose.
block.
Let him loose.
All that Navy water. Well, my intro did not season as quietly as, or outro, sorry, did not season as quietly as I wanted. So I played the intro. My bad, fellas. How do you guys feel? Who's your favorite quarterback outside of Mendoza?
I go with Drew Aller.
Nice.
I love his arm strength.
Yeah, I like
He can throw the
Aller.
ball.
Yeah, I think in terms of placement and where these guys are projected, I think Aller.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I'll take the boy from North Dakota State. I'll take Cole Payton. I think it'll be a fun little story there. And the same thing for running back.
I mean,
Also-
you got to say Jeremiyah Love.
I'm not gonna say it. Yeah,
I really like Mike Washington Jr. I think
like
what he
Jonah
was able to
Coleman.
do.
Coleman will be good. Washington Jr. will be good as well. I like the kid from Navy.
Yeah.
I like the kid from Navy. I want him to have I'm rooting for him to figure out whatever he's gonna play and like whatever happens to him. But I'm a big fan of that. All right. This will mark the end. We got through quite a bit. We talked about all the scandals, all of the Las Vegas Raiders, all that good stuff.
You know, there's gonna be more dirt coming out.
We'll probably have more scandalous stuff coming up by the time we
We've
record
he ain't
next.
done talking yet.
Nope, not
Nope.
yet. If you guys don't follow us on the socials, follow us, Red Zone Blitz Pod. We're going to be in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a great old time. If you want to get in touch with us, for whatever reason, you want to get on the show, you want to talk to us, you want to send us an invite to go kiss your baby, bar mitzvahs, Brandon will make an appearance. We'll do the whole shebang. Write to us, Red Zone.
What's with you and kissing babies?
That's your job. You got to
It's 'cause
kiss the
he's
baby.
running for president.
Yeah, you just kiss the baby. Hey, come on, bring her over here. Red Zone Blitz Podcast at gmail.com. Yeah, that's all I had. This is your host, G.
Brandon.
I'm Matt.
KK.
I guess we're out.